Welcome, everybody. We're a little early just because why not? We're sitting here live tonight from Friday, the 13th, coming to you from the studio. And we've got ourselves a very, what I will say, unique situation here because we are going to be playing a Halloween game of Dread. Now, for those of you who are not aware, Dread is the game where instead of using a dice tower, you instead of using a dice, you use a tower of Jenga blocks.
You could use dice tower; it just would be a very short game.
It would be a very short game. We are, of course, joined again by our Australian brother Vin, who is joining us for one last night here in America. And what better way to send him off than with some gaming? So again, the purpose, or I should say, the point of Dread is in a normal game of Dread. You play a very narrative game, and you go through the game, and the GM or the game master will occasionally require that you make pulls from the tower in order to achieve your goals. However, if at any time the tower collapses, your character fails and you die. So it's pretty brutal. And in all honesty, we are playing that way. If the tower falls, your character is dead. However, because it is us, we have a couple of additional rules that we have added, which is if you're familiar with anything from Magpie Games, you'll know about conditions. So our characters...
It wouldn't be Knights of the Last Call without a hack.
It would not be Knights of the Last Call without a hack. So we're adding a little bit of extra thing here to the game. Oh, are you trying to show me?
Yeah, that works.
Got it the right way. What's sure which angle?
Yeah, yeah.
Here you go. And we have our characters basically can acquire one of 5, or actually they can acquire multiple conditions. They can become exhausted, panicked, injured, madness, or frayed. Now, what these do in this game is they actually change the way that the players in our game are going to be able to pull from the tower. It changes the way that they can approach. Basically, it makes it a little bit tougher or a little bit more problematic. So as the course of the game goes on, our characters may become more and more frail or fragile or disturbed, and that may affect their chances at success.
Let alone that the Jenga tower is the farthest it could be from all of the players.
No, it's very close.
Can you reach that?
Yeah, I can reach it.
Okay.
I was joking like a normal table would be like within
Oh
arm's
yeah,
reach.
yeah. Normally,
We're playing on hard mode.
we can clearly state that the Knights of the Last Call table is not really made for Jenga tower.
No.
Gotta make a new table.
Where's
our jingle?
We gotta make a Jenga. We gotta make a Jenga tower.
That's funny.
But there is another ruffle in the fabric of this game, which is we are going to be playing Castle Ravenloft. Now, this is the 3rd edition printing of the game, not the Curse of Strahd that many of you are familiar with.
Amazing book.
Sweet. That's a sweet cover.
It is a sweet cover.
Yeah, I like
Sweet
that.
book too.
It's a very sweet book. We should talk about this book sometime. But so in a normal game of Dread, you kind of go through a traditional horror story. But in our game of Dread, because I don't think most people here have ever really played Castle Ravenloft.
I have not.
So what better way to play some traditional role-playing games in the form of Ravenloft, but with using Dread instead of a D20, but then also hacking Dread to make it more like
3 hacks deep.
to make it more like Blades in the Dark or like
3 hacks deep.
So
I like
yeah,
that.
no, we have 3 hacks going on in this game.
Yeah, it's a triple hack.
So.
That's kind of our go-to.
It is.
So in a game of Dread, you don't really have a character sheet normally. Instead, the GM will give you a questionnaire before you begin. And the questionnaire is really just designed to sort of...
Did you make these questions up, or
yeah.
were they okay?
He had to build the scenario because Ravenloft is not a traditional scenario.
Got
in
it.
Dread.
So in the in original Dread, the basic version, are the questions self-generated, like they're in the book?
Well,
or
they
do
give you
supposed to always.
no. I mean, they give you. There's like 2 or 3 example scenarios.
Okay.
But most of the time you just make your own version of
Okay.
it.
Okay.
But a set of questions is normal?
What's that?
A set of questions for each character is normal?
Questioner.
Yeah. Normally you have every scenario does this. Again, the example scenario gives you the questionnaires already.
Right.
But normally you would make your own. So, but the book does, have like at the bottom of all the pages is like a running list of all sorts of weird questions that you get. So the point of the questionnaire is to sort of help you, the player, sort of understand who your character is, but it's also to sort of understand what are some of your strengths, what are some of your weaknesses, what are some of your hopes, what are some of your fears. And that way, like, we can play on those. And when you go to potentially make a pull on the tower, you might say, oh, well, my character's really particularly good at this. And the GM will say, oh, okay, well, you don't need to pull or something to that effect. I should also note that like a Blades in the Dark game, we have sort of tiers of success in our game. If a character wants to achieve a goal, they can pull a block from the tower. And if they do so, they will succeed. but there will be a complication. And so in Powered by the Apocalypse term, this will
7-9.
this would be 7, 8, 9. In Blaze in the Dark terms, this would be a 5, 6. If a character wants to get a full unqualified success with no complications, they have to pull 2 blocks, thus making it more likely that the tower will go out quicker and sooner. And I should note that one of the conditions, exhausted, makes it so that you're not allowed to do that. So you're basically stuck with just partial successes. So with that being said, we are going to play
Synchronize our watches.
until 10 p.m. our time. We have kind of a hard stop. Vin's got an early flight. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft. We'll get to the characters in a minute. But tonight, the Lord of Castle Ravenloft has invited you to his castle, and it is the final night before he makes Irina Koliana his eternal bride. Now, each of you has motives and reasons for why you may want to journey to Castle Ravenloft and put an end to Strahd, but it is definitely the case that should Strahd marry Irina Koliana, not only will she be lost for all time to eternal damnation and potential evil, but it also will fulfill Strahd's ultimate destiny and goal of whatever nefarious plan he has for the not just the citizens of Barovia, but all maybe the greater world. So you have till 10 o'clock. If you can take out Strahd before
time for a wedding.
Well,
Red wedding time.
Does anyone object to this union? We do. Oh, you won.
So in our game terms, 10 p.m. will represent the stroke of midnight, at which time Irina's transformation into a vampire will be complete.
Yeah, Barovia is like, what is that, like European time from us?
Yes, yeah. Right. They're 6 hours ahead.
They're in the middle of the hour.
Yeah, so they're a couple hours ahead. And so again, so for those of you who may not have, hey, thank you.
Oh, it's like still got the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yes, I mean it's normal.
That's perfect.
Right.
Thank you, Lollipop Candy. I support more content with awesome guests like Vin. Yeah, that we'll just need to get more people over here from Australia. That'd be great.
Just come flying.
Cleveland. Just come fly in.
Who doesn't want to go to Cleveland?
Right. As a note,
I would rather go to Barovia personally. But
as a note, you may be watching this later in the month on Halloween as a recorded version of this, in which case be aware that tonight is a live stream, but it is only for our patrons. So if you're interested in getting live content like this.
How do you get to be a patron?
Oh, gee, Bob, why don't you tell them?
Well, the link below gets you access to the Patreon page. And you can sign up to the Patreon in multiple tiers. There are descriptions.
So ridiculous looking.
And then you get access to our Discord. And the Discord is where all the magic happens.
That's right.
Including this.
That's right. So if you are a member of the Night's Last Call, you get a lot of cool benefits. And one of them might have been you could have been here tonight live and chatting with us. So
You also have to fly from Australia.
Right. You also have to fly in from Australia. So before we kind of begin, let's go over your all's characters. Anyone want to go first? Bob?
Sir Jordan will go first.
All right.
Sir Jordan is a knight, or like a warrior, I guess, is what it is. Do you think it's better to actually read off the question or give a general census here?
Yeah, just give a general sense.
So it's been a very wartime area. I've been training my whole life to be a warrior, just like my father and his father before him. I used to be maybe like a general or something in the Strahd's army, but he's been a little dicey as of late. He's been making some decisions that I haven't been agreeing with, and then he tried to send me and a patrol out to capture children from a nearby village. So maybe it was revolting or something, but capture them alive for him.
wait, were you implying that the mistake was that the children were alive and not murdered?
Good point. Freedom.
Freedom.
Nice.
You'll get that joke from if you watched our Root campaign.
Yes.
But the idea was like that was the last straw. I had to stop, and I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with being in the army. As part of that betrayal, Strahd murdered my wife in front of me. Well, sorry, I should rephrase. He had someone in the battalion murder my wife, and it was a friend of mine in the battalion. But obviously, he was fearing for his safety of his family as well, and so he murdered my wife. So obviously, I feel awful about that, and I kind of have this like kind of revenge now for him. The other kind of thing is that I think that he's not stopping. Like he's trying to get these children for something, and maybe that's what this sort of tying into this ritual tonight.
And I should note that by and large, in this Raven, the idea is that, like in the classic story of Dracula, people don't necessarily like know what a vampire is, or that oh, he's clearly a vampire.
But we
right?
don't know he's a vampire. We just know that he's not necessarily a good dude.
Correct. In fact, Bob specifically had a question, Bob, where he
said, "You have come to believe that Strahd is more than just a man, a devil, a being of evil." The ancient speak. Well, I don't know if I'm going to go all
right, but I'm just saying, like, Bob has sort of a hint because he's had close, personal reactions.
He's been turning. He's been a little weird. Lately.
Like, Bob may have been like in a meeting with him and then seen that he didn't have a reflection in the mirror. Like the classic horror tropes. Everybody else kind of understands Strahd as a vampire. We all do, but your characters do not necessarily.
Right. Your characters don't know what genre.
Oh, and then there's also for some odd reason. Derek put this question in here, but my legs have been shattered at one point, and they've healed.
Oh, that's good.
But some activities are still difficult. So running, a little tough. Maybe like a fast jog is about the best I'm going to be able to do.
And Bob, who accompanies you?
Oh, so on the town that I did not kill or take, obviously they felt... that I was so brave and courageous not to kill them. And then I stuck up for them. And obviously feeling bad that my wife got murdered. And they just kind of took me in. But one kid in particular, Danielson, took me in too.
What was that name?
Danielson.
Danielson?
Danielson?
Danielson.
Danielson, not Danielson.
I mean, it's spelled like you're saying.
Okay.
But I say it a little different.
Okay.
He kind of took a liking to me. He was an orphan in the village. Obviously he needed someone, and I was in a dark place too. I kind of needed someone too. So
did you train him in the martial arts?
Give me a wheel of time, like waxing the.
Oh yeah, cat crosses the courtyard.
Yeah, cat crosses the courtyard. That's what we worked on.
Thrush rises from the bush.
Okay, so very cool. So Bob, so for your character, Sir Jordan, and you can go ahead and take your thing back, Bob.
Oh yes.
There's also a thing there for your names and your people that you're going to be playing with names, in case you forget both your name and the people you're playing with names. No, your character's name. Not your name.
I don't know.
Anyways, so Bob, so your character obviously has a very personal vendetta against Count Strahd von Zarovich.
Yes.
And you believe that he is a great evil and that he must be stopped.
He needs to.
And you believe that whatever he has in store or plan is coming to fruition tonight. So you have this one last night to finally strike him down.
That's right.
And this invitation that you receive from him is perfect. You're like, it's a trap, but you have to go anyways.
Yes.
All right, gentlemen, what do we got here?
I feel like it's pretty obvious I should go last.
Okay.
Because you fit the genre.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, his character does not fit the genre.
So tonight I will be playing the role of. Forgot my name.
See, that's why I had a space for it.
Father Sigmund, a zealot of Lathander, since we are back in D&D now.
That is true. And most people play Forgotten Realms.
That's right.
So it would be Lathander.
Technically, Ravenloft would have its own, but...
Yes.
Yeah.
We teleported in from another location.
Yeah.
And, in my case, I guess Forgotten Realms, right? Father Sigmund...
You said Sigmund?
Sigmund.
Okay.
Knowing that this was 3rd edition Ravenloft, is... a level 6 character. He has 3 levels in Paladin and 3 levels in Cleric. I got to get that Paladin dip. He has 52 hit points and.
Wait, did you make a 3rd edition character?
Son of a bitch. Unbelievable.
He told me he had props.
Because he is a paladin, his saves are incredible, except for his reflex, which is pretty lacking. It's 6, but when you have the double slow multi-class progression, it's going to be hard to keep up on that. But good will saves, phenomenal. Fortitude saves, obviously.
This system of hero points. You should get a hero point for this.
Yep, but I got my skills ready to go.
This is what we talk about when Smith just like puts together something very quickly. Like he goes all in. Yeah.
Obviously, as a paladin, I am immune to fear and disease, and can grant some of that protection to you guys. So this adventure should be pretty fucking trivial. I'm not really worried about, to be honest. But yeah, so let's go.
I came for the D&D session.
It's like you brought a D&D game to a dread fight.
What do you got, Strahd?
Well, it's a good thing for you. I've got his D&D stats. Either way, we can fight this out. If the tower lets us down, we'll just switch to D&D. All right, so we've got a level 6 cleric. Three pally, three cleric. But a zealot of Lathander, Father Sigmund. You were originally from Barovia.
That's correct. Yes.
And you have returned.
Yes.
And ostensibly to sort of lead the town out of evil and darkness.
Yes, and if necessary, purge them to save their souls.
Got it.
From further corruption.
Naturally.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So
yeah.
pretty extreme.
Yeah. Other important things about my personality is I have a +1 cold iron warhammer.
Personality?
Yeah. Well, he's a D&D character.
D&D character.
Weapons are your personality.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, ready
do you have an ally or?
I do not actually. So
He does not. No.
I do not.
Okay.
So you were really playing on hard mode.
Well, no, you didn't give me one, so I don't have one. So
Oh, because he already has one.
He has a virtual one.
Right.
Because Aaron is from Barovia, he has a childhood friendship with Irina Koyana.
Oh, okay.
So the woman from town, who is the Burgomeister's daughter, has been being wooed by Strahd for the last several weeks, as he attempts to.
And she's still in town.
As he attempts to convert her into, to a vampire.
But is she still in town, or she's now with?
No, she has been taken by Strahd, and tonight he is basically going to complete the ceremony of turning her into a vampire.
Is because if his character dies, because we have backup characters essentially, what happens with him?
So his thing is, in theory, if
listen, guys, I have incredible saves,
he cannot die,
an incredible armor class, and 52 hit points. Yeah, Derek could kill me. He's the DM, but come on.
He has death saves. Does that count?
Yeah, okay.
We did get some.
Well, this is 3rd edition.
We'll roll the dice.
We did get some tips. Anonymous says, not sure how I feel about this touchy-feely version of Ravenloft. Got to run my own thing, but looking forward to watching this later. Have a safe flight, Vin. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And then Hoyrit said to Smith for bringing a yeah, obviously to Smith $25 tip to Smith for bringing a D&D character to a dread fight. Ben
well deserved.
That was me. We know.
This touchy-feely version of Ravenloft. All right, so Vin.
Oh, right. So, fair warning, this was requested by the Discord. So, yeah. Well, not the entire character, but the accent was.
Oh, you're gonna be.
That kind of makes
the character followed the accent.
Yeah, exactly. You had to. So, my name is Sam. I'm from Texas. I was hired as a bounty hunter.
This accent's unreal.
And my friend is my dog. What you know about me is I have a gun in one hand and spells in the other, and I can kill anything. I can kill anything, and I'm just here.
So you're a Magus gunslinger multiclass?
Yeah,
I heard gunslinger.
Correct.
Do you have a character sheet that I should be aware of?
I wish I did now.
You know what? This is this group in a nutshell. Smith pulls out his sheet, and now Vin's like, man, I wish we were just playing 3rd edition.
I'm not gonna lie. When I made this character, I was like, I kind of wish I was just playing 3rd edition tonight. I was a little like, oh man, I'm sad that this is just a joke.
It would be just as horrifying.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of why I haven't put the props away yet. Because I kind of like
you're like secretly hoping that it'll just turn.
Yeah,
Derek might be like, "What do you got in your character sheet?"
Right, you're like Derek. There's a 3rd edition adventure right there.
This could happen. Look, what else do we need?
All right, so Vin, you are a mercenary.
Yes.
Who is hired to come to the town.
Yes.
By the Burgomeister.
Correct.
And the Burgomeister wanted you to save his daughter, who he believed was being corrupted by the evil Lord Strahd. And
yeah, he gave me her physical description. She tells me that she's in this tower.
Yep.
Over there yonder.
in the castle.
In the castle.
Yes. However,
I can handle it.
Upon your arrival in Barovia, you also received an invitation from the Count himself to come to the castle.
He knew we were coming.
He knew you were coming. In fact, all of you have received the same letter, which more or less reads as follows. My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle, that we may meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I assure you of that. Please accept my invitation, lest any evil befall you. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich. So, with now, of course, some of you have been dreaming of this opportunity for years. Bob, you've been waiting to you've wanted to get into the side of the castle for your own reasons.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be harder than this. It seems like he's just letting me in.
And of
I
course,
should explain my companion though.
oh,
Their dog?
absolutely,
Yeah.
you should.
Does your dog have a name?
So,
Of course.
Okay.
so you were traveling with a companion as well.
Yeah.
Now let me be clear here. Read the question, Vin, that it says on the sheet. Okay. By the way, I just want to really quickly.
KLC Discord does not
I just want to really explain something. Real. Dread has a problem. Okay, where if the tower falls, your character dies, which is great, except that if your character dies, like, in the first 30, 40 minutes of the
you
game,
can't play it.
you just can't play the game anymore.
So
So
awkward when you're at the studio because it's like, all right, guys, well, let me get my keys and have a great night.
actually, it's less awkward. You can
Yeah,
just
you can
leave.
just
So it's like, it's really awkward when you're
Coming
like,
home, honey.
Yeah,
Bye.
it's really awkward when you're like at a con and you're like, all right. Well, anyways, so what we've done is because we have such a small group of people, only 3 people, each character sort of has an associated NPC that they are kind of connected to, that maybe when the tower falls, it's not them, it's the other person that they're kind of connected with, or maybe it is them, and then the player,
Has to play on as the
can take over as the other character.
Instantly seeing how that's not working for Smith.
Right. So, with
Well, could make it work.
yeah. So with Vin, his questions.
I think I have a character. It's just
He
not-
does.
It's not pertinent to my
his
backstory.
his character, you do. It's Irina Koyana.
Yeah.
So-
The one who's being kidnapped.
I'm assuming that Aaron's not going to die in the first 15 minutes.
We'll see.
I mean,
he's drinking water, so we should be okay.
All right. So, Vin, what does your question
okay.
say
And
specifically?
I must say, this entire
It's
question,
vodka.
as far as I can remember, does apply to my companion.
Okay.
All right. So your partner has been with you through thick and thin, countless jobs and quests, and saved your life more times than you can count. Who is he/she? What kind of feelings and emotions do you feel for them? And what have you never told them? Right.
Right. So
Seems legitimate.
Yeah.
right.
He didn't.
So, Vin, tell us about your companion.
He's my dog.
He's from Texas. What do you want? Makes perfect sense to me.
Well, while we're at it,
You're implying people in
while
Texas
we're
don't
at
have
it,
connections.
while we're at it, I know
Their
that
dog, they do, and their truck. Dogs and their trucks.
Damn straight.
while we're at it, Vin, what is the name of your dog?
My dog's name is Donnie, and he's also from Texas.
Oh, now I get it. Now that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty
Also,
good. That's pretty good.
also, while we're at it, the purpose
This is
of
a
these
very serious game. It's right.
yeah. Horror. Look, I'm not even mad about it because, like, there was a time in my life where I would have been losing my shit right now. I am freely admitting that. You know that. Okay. There
Taking
was
it like a champ.
right.
But I did
Now-
ask. I asked when I made the companion.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think?"
Right. I'm going with the flow. Okay. Vin is here as a special guest. Look, it's night's last call, right? I mean, we don't really do much. Do things super. Even our root game was pretty ridiculous at
okay,
times.
terrorism
Ridiculous,
pretty serious.
but terroristic.
Yeah, that's what
It
it
was
meant.
rough.
So it's your dog.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. And so what other people would notice?
What special skills does it have that you don't possess?
Actually, that's a great question. He's good at tracking, sneaking,
Do you have speak animal?
diplomacy,
I could probably prepare that spell.
and other dog stuff.
And the dog stuff.
Other dog stuff.
All right.
I mean, dogs.
I mean, it
good
saved his
being
life.
dogs.
This thing's legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Okay. So what other people would notice is my
Got me
dog
into
has
dog.
a level of intelligence That's not normal for a normal dog.
Oh.
And he does seem to respond when I talk to it, unlike most dogs would.
Got it. So there may be something strange going on with this animal companion.
Or he's just, a Pathfinder or D&D dog.
Right.
That's just a command dog, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Dog, take this zigzag path and avoid all attacks of
Avoid all
opportunity.
Get it flanking. Activate your support ability.
Yes. The support benefit is sweet. That's what I used to do with Barrick all the time.
Barrick.
Barrick
R.I.P.
the bear. Polar bear that can't swim.
Polar bear that can't swim. No polar bear can swim. You can't feel that bad. All right. Well, there's that. There you have it. Well, there you are.
I told my wife I was coming here for like a serious spooky game tonight with Jenga, and she was already confused. So now she knows for sure.
I'll play it straight, aside from the accent.
I mean, I think it's sweet.
I mean, I should point out, by the way, in terms of speaking straight, this is 20-point buy, so not the lowest, not the highest, but probably about what we'd play. 20-point buy.
All right.
And the wealth of a 6th level character is 16,000, and
You have the appropriate items.
he spent 14,000.
I feel like those should be like, because he told us beforehand, if our character makes sense for a character, we might not need to pull. So I feel like if you use one of the items on your character sheet, I feel like that's fair.
I mean, it's armor, shields, and a magic warhammer. So, like in terms of useful. No.
Oh, okay.
All right.
He was fairly one-dimensional. I didn't want to make him too complicated. I mean, this is legitimately how.
Gentleman's agreement.
Right.
Fair.
I took weapon focus, armor focus, and shield focus, and then toughness.
Okay. This is exactly what you want. Well, all right. I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but it's like this is the problem with Ravenloft is you're playing D&D. This is inherently what the game's about. All right, but the hours growing late, and it is near midday when you leave and set off for Castle Ravenloft.
Do we know each other, or we meet?
You've all received your invitations, so you've at least all sort of understood that it appears that Strahd is at least aware of your presence. Obviously, you have had bad blood, no pun intended, with Strahd. And you clearly feel, Bob, that this, Sir Jordan, that this is maybe some sort of trap. But the opportunity to get inside Castle Ravenloft and potentially find what it is that you were seeking
It's
for.
usually not easy to get past the guards.
Right.
Just let us walk in. It's pretty nice.
So you're viewing this as a real opportunity. So it's like one of those things where it's like, yep, I know it's a trap, but I'm going anyways. As for you, obviously you probably have the kind of overconfidence that
I was just gonna go in anyway.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like aware I have an invitation.
So in your case, right, you've recently returned to the town. You had left the town to become a priest and came back, and so it's like Strahd is very much like it's nice to see you. Like please come, as you're going to be like the new priest of the town. And again, remember Strahd ostensibly is not a vampire. He's the lord of the town and the thing. So
I don't think he's a vampire. I think he's a very corrupt individual.
You might, yeah, right, exactly.
Who murdered my family.
Correct. So, but right, it's one of those situations where for him it was just a Tuesday, right? Like he doesn't really think of it that way. And then for you, it's more of like he probably keeps tabs on certainly powerful adventurers, let alone multi-class gunslingers who are coming into his town,
especially foreign exotic ones.
And so he does not. He probably doesn't necessarily think.
My reputation precedes me.
Yeah, exactly. So, so that is the case in the situation, and so you begin making your journey in as sort of night begins to kind of creep into these darkened places of the world. And after passing through the craggy peaks that surround the ancient castle, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and the startling presence of Castle Ravenloft towers before you. Twin.
So are we together?
Yep.
Okay.
You guys going to the same party?
Apparently.
I am not here to party. I'm here for retribution.
I like this guy.
Indeed,
I'll
you
stick with
seem
him.
capable in battle, and your foreign ways are strange to me. But tonight, you will be made righteous, for our deeds will be valorous.
Yeah.
As you continue your approach, you can see from the nearby rocky cliff sides eyes following you as you approach through this narrowed ravine entrance as the pathway winds its way up to Castle Ravenloft. Cautiously, and you can see that these are the Vistani, the sort of humanoid wanderers and thieves who serve Count Strahd as sort of his kind of private police force. Normally, probably would be attacking you in great numbers.
They're like the super vampires in Twilight.
Is this
I
like
think that's the Volturi.
The Volturi.
So it's not even right.
this is above like the guard level that I would have been stationed with, right?
Yeah, no, these are just like, probably ordinary, people, but they're not attacking you because you've been invited.
What I was saying is, do I know them because they're my?
Oh.
It's like, oh, that's Jimmy up there, and there's Robert.
Yeah, maybe you know some of them.
Yeah, I figured I might know some.
Because we think
Jimmy
he's
and Robert.
I mean, you guys have names like Donnie and Dan
And
and Sir Jordan.
I was thinking medieval type times.
Okay.
Sir Jordan was a legit name.
All right.
Danielson,
Well, sir
maybe
is
a little.
title. Wait, is it a title for you, or is it actually your name?
It was
we have
Lord.
time. Yeah, we have
Strahd
time,
is
sir.
100% going to win.
Easily.
All right, kick in the door.
So, twin guard houses of turreted stone keep a silent watch over the approach, broken from years of use and exposure. Beyond these, a wide chasm gapes between the cliffs and the walls of Ravenloft. So this thing is a castle that's literally on sort of like a pillar of stone, and it is 1,000 or more feet down into the depths and the mists of the mountain.
Built upon decadence.
Probably. Although it is said in Barovia that once good King Barov was actually a very generous and, wise ruler, and that his the legacy of Castle Ravenloft, the family of Ravenloft, was actually one of great honor. It was the von Zaroviches who usurped.
Von sons of bitches.
That's what I heard.
It was the von Zaroviches who usurped the power from the Ravenloft, and that's why Castle Ravenloft doesn't name. It's not Castle von Zarovich; it's Castle Ravenloft.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, cool.
But it was Strahd's great grandfather that did that, to whom he is said to bear a striking resemblance.
Oh, strange.
I see where that's going.
The sharp, angular faces run strong in the family.
However, before you, over this massive cliff, the lowered drawbridge of old wooden beams hangs precariously but solidly through the arched entrance into a castle courtyard. The chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind that has been growing and building as you've made your way up. The elevation already from a cool autumn night has become biting cold here. Or it might be something else entirely. An evil presence that seeps into your bones.
I purified myself with fire.
From atop the high, strong walls, carved stone gargoyles stare at you from hollow sockets, grinning horrendously. And a rotting wood portcullis, green with growth, hangs in the entry tunnel. Beyond this stands a courtyard and then the main doors to Castle Ravenloft, which stand open with a light spilling from within them out into the courtyard. All right, what do you guys do?
My VIP pass and Wayne's World my way into the party.
Nobody seems to be interested in stopping you, nor do you really see signs of anybody or anything.
Father Sigmund, in his full, heavy-ass plate mail, stomps across the creaky bridge.
Wait there, Siggy. Have you been here before?
What have you called me?
Siggy.
I like it. Once in my youth, my family took me to this corrupted den of evil. I know many of its secrets, the hidden passages.
Ooh.
None of that matters, though, for I will walk straight in and smite this foul man. Father Sigmund walks straight in and smites the foul man.
All right. Well,
Was there a foul man in front of us?
no, but
okay.
yeah, he's walking in.
Well,
so.
then he'll kind of like look around for something to smite, and then
You said something about passages. Do you know anything that leads to the underneath of the castle?
Do I?
Well, why
Make
would we
pull.
go in? Oh.
Just immediately.
She's been dead the whole time by the time we get there. For the audience, we're playing the you're allowed to touch it rule and test
Ooh,
the,
that was a
test the
little. That's a
difficulty.
little.
Can you imagine if you were panicked and you only had so many seconds to do this?
Go somewhere else. There you go. Those slow surgeon hands.
I'm so gonna die like straight away. I've never played Jenga before.
All right.
Excellent.
All right. So,
I have successfully made a recall knowledge check.
That's right.
If you're looking for home rules in your Pathfinder 2 game, that's a great way to spice up recall knowledge.
Yeah, somehow recall knowledge is really exciting now.
I was when I had aneurysm. I do know the. Oh,
I mean, stranger things have happened.
that's true. Clearly, my character's a little stressed out, so that's actually
Correct. Yes, Sigmund, you do know of several secret passages on the main floor, but most importantly, you know that beyond the dining hall, there is a secret staircase, which is kind of used by servants, but it is hidden from normal view. That gives you access not only to the upper levels, including the spires, but also into the lower levels of Castle Ravenloft. You also know that the first sublevel of the keep is more of a traditional basement. There's another stairway that leads down into the catacombs, to the very bottom levels, where the ancient kings and queens of Ravenloft and Barovia are interred still.
Is this actually true? Because I nailed this then on my
Yeah.
I nailed this on my backstory.
You're from the catacombs.
Bob, time.
No.
Time. We got time.
I was like, I think there's a vault underneath the castle, and that's where the sword is hidden. I was like, I have no clue.
It's probably in the catacombs.
There we go.
So yes,
Nailed it.
You know where it is, and as you go into the castle and sort of see certain landmarks, I will let you know where that is.
Father Sigmund kind of disinterestedly relays this information to you as he marches in looking for something to smite. But
I feel like we should stick with him. He seems to know things.
All right.
I don't know why I would be sneaking
I
and
have
being
a penalty
invited.
in my
But okay.
intelligence, actually. The Jenga tower is the better option. Since we are playing 3rd edition, I am trying to min-max here a little bit. But if it had been a strength check, I'd be like, Derek, I'm just going to roll a d20 instead. But, that was good for the end check.
Well, the small entry chamber is illuminated by flickers of fire, which is what is leading to the light spilling out into the courtyard, from the mouths of 2 coiled stone dragons that form an archway of sorts over an exit on the far side of this small antechamber.
So this is bright light, or is it dim in here?
Actually, you notice that there is a pervasive sense of evil and that the light seems to be shedding less illumination than it feels like it should. The fire doesn't burn very hot at all.
This is unacceptable.
I mean,
The thunder bless this place with your holy light. I brandish my warhammer and literally cast light upon my warhammer.
Well, that's a cantrip, so I'm not going to call for a pull for that one.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I assume I'm a dwarf, so I have dark vision. So, but this is magical darkness.
It is sort of yes. Your dark vision works, but it's only 30 feet, not 60 feet.
Oh, wait, how many lights do you have per day?
It's cantrip.
Oh, well, no, not.
And
This is Pathfinder.
and
it's Pathfinder.
I didn't go all the way back to 3rd because that would have been too much work.
And since we're playing 3rd edition now, I have information here that if you cast light, it will shed bright light in only a 10-foot radius and shadowy light for.
I am a cleric of Lathander.
I know.
Can I get 15 feet?
You can get 15 feet.
But the maps are twice as big.
All right. Beyond the small entry chamber, you can see that there is a great entry hall, which is a great domed ceiling overhead, and cobwebs and dust cover the columns in this great hall. There's about 8 columns in general supporting a big pillar, big domed ceiling overhead. Stone gargoyles stand motionlessly on the edge of a balcony circling about 20 feet above the entry hall.
But we don't see Strahd.
No. There are 2 great bronze doors standing closed opposite the arched entryway that you just entered through. And to the left, you see that there is a wide staircase that extends upwards. And on the right-hand side of you, there is a wide hallway that extends to the right.
Well, there's got to be some kind of, dining hall or something if he's throwing a party for us.
The Texas accent so bad.
Father, I know you want to smite.
I'm Lathander, the god of the sun. So
Father, I know you want to smite this man as much as I do. Actually, it seems like even more for some reason.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I have no skills useful not in combat, so this bores me.
I know. I've been around him enough to know that weapon that you wield, I don't think it's enough to kill him.
Does anybody want to make a poll
It's magic.
to see?
It's cold iron.
Does anyone want to make a poll
Cold iron,
to see if your character notices that the gargoyles are beginning to animate?
Let me see what my perception.
Oh, can Donnie make a poll?
Yeah, I was actually thinking the dog might have been like,
Yeah.
Because
Yes,
I'm actually
Donnie can make a poll.
I'm in a conversation with Father Simon here, or Sigmund here, so Donnie's. You
My
gotta use
perception's plus
then you have
2,
to use
so I
your
probably don't
you have to
notice.
use your nose as a dog.
Okay, never played Jenga. I'm just gonna see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
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 Okay.
All right.
All right. Good job.
All right. Well done, Vin.
Made a perception check.
You made a perception check.
We call on your perception check. This Jenga is sweet.
What did you do when you were in America? Just a crazy game they taught.
Suddenly, your animal companion Donnie begins growling low.
What is it, boy?
He starts stalking.
It's like an owl bear.
What kind of a dog is this?
Like a, with the floppy ears.
Don't you have a dog at home?
Yeah.
Like-
Well, he's like a. I assume this dog's like a more like what kind of dog? Is
I was picturing
Texas
a
dog.
an Alsatian,
A what?
kind of German Shepherd. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. People want to know why we clip every single time we play. Try audio try to audio balance that.
Woof.
Strahd, meanwhile, is sitting there going like, excellent. This is great.
I was worried about that paladin for a second, but these guys are idiots.
My victory is all but assured.
Horror.
All right. So
Yeah, Ben, is this horrific enough for you yet?
Donnie begins a low growl and whine.
I'm sorry. When you say Donnie, I literally imagine Donnie.
Exactly.
That's what you're supposed to.
That's
And it pulls you out of the conversation that you're having,
growling.
and you suddenly realize that his ears are back, and he's his teeth are bared and growling, and he's looking up, and he's kind of circling, and
right. Yeah,
you know.
I pick up on this because
Yeah.
I'm used to adventuring with Donnie.
right. And
So
as you look up,
Yeah.
you see in horror as 4 of the stone gargoyles, their form begins to shift and crack as the stone becomes living flesh.
Yeah, I'm just like,
As
hey guys,
the-
we got to get out of here. These things are moving.
the creatures suddenly emerge, talons emerging from their outstretched
Is there
fingers.
any other guests here?
No, you're in the middle of an entry chamber, and their stone wings begin to unfurl from them as they begin to break free, like the beginning of the Disney cartoon show, from the stone pillars that they're stone plinths.
Hey,
that they're
Sig,
standing
That's
on.
a good DM right there. We can say DM because it's third edition.
Yeah.
Good DM right there because he's like bringing
Describing
it to
the
like Bob's
scene?
level.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotta give you the
you
Disney
know,
level.
including
Yeah.
him
Right.
in the narrative.
There's a lot of Matt Mercer effect happening.
yeah.
right now.
So,
This
for
is just like Kirk.
yeah, so you
Ziggy, these things are moving. Run in the direction. I'll follow you.
stop screaming.
I can only speak in this voice.
You need to like pull it like 6 inches further away from you.
Yeah, new rule. Smith talks from back here.
Hello.
No, the problem is he'll do that, and then the next thing he'll say will be like, I mean, that's probably a good idea.
Wait, because I got 2 voices.
I know. Now, I feel like we should retreat. You said something about the passages. We should go that way.
No
Run!
retreats.
Run.
Ah, son of a bee. This.
I look with my poor eyes. Do I see these villains?
I'm pointing to them.
Yeah, no, you can see
Do
it.
I see?
What's going on over here?
I don't know.
You have to tighten it here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Technical
Oh,
difficulty.
sorry. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Probably
So-
Sigmund doesn't
So
run.
he's
Yeah.
standing and fighting.
So you can see that the gargoyle. You're going to stand and fight.
Yeah.
Okay. What-
I
I got a
I'll
hammer
get
and a
behind
stone.
him.
This should be easy.
I mean,
didn't-
I don't know the passage, so I have to stand.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you have a ranged weapon, I
Yeah.
presume.
Yeah.
So you have a hammer. We've established that. What do you have, Bob?
Hammer.
Okay. What, are we playing Pathfinder 2?
Donnie stays by
My
me.
dwarfs always have either hammers or war axes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, because you noticed, I will let you. You know,
you
if you,
need a poll for initiative.
no, but what do you want to do?
That's a good question. I buffed the team. I'm a magus.
Saying some
Can you
healing
be more
words.
specific?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, I was gonna say it cost haste on our paladin.
I mean, sure. Make a pull.
What?
Yeah,
Third
to
level spell, bro.
Cast a spell.
do you think this is?
So it's
Nah, cantrip.
So cantrip is no pull.
Cantrip's no pull.
All right, I'll make
You guys are
Wait,
playing
you think
third
these
edition.
spells are
I'm-
free?
I'm playing Dread.
This will be the first time someone's died from casting cantrip ever.
You're gonna make him laugh while he's pulling. It's
Listen,
game
I
over.
gotta go with what I got. You guys are never gonna make it anyways.
It's true.
Holy shit, this is horrible.
Go for some in the middle. Go for a pick. Yeah.
Just
There you
imagine. By the way, if a character gets the panicked condition, I throw down this this egg timer,
Yeah.
and then they only have that much time to finish it. All right.
Excellent.
All right, big haste.
All right. Magical energy flows out from the Magus, but this is 3rd edition. So it's actually AoE.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's
Heck
right.
yeah.
3.5, baby.
It's 3.5, not 3.0.
If we were 3.0, that'd be an extra action.
Yeah, 3.0. This is 3.5. So everybody
Two
gets.
spells.
Everyone remember, plus 30 foot to your land speed.
Yep.
Plus
Plus
1
one
to your
armor class.
plus 1 armor dodge bonus to armor class.
Yep.
Plus 1 to your reflex save.
And an
And
extra
you get an
attack?
extra attack when you make a full attack action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that that matters.
Actually, that does matter. I mean, I now have a 24 armor class, which I don't think these gargoyles can hit. This
They're elite.
this part of the adventure is level 6.
Hold on. I got the stats.
I don't think you can hit this character.
I got the stats.
The best Dread game ever.
I got the deets.
I got the deets. What do we got here, gargoyles?
The gargoyles are what level? CR3s?
I got a +6 to hit.
yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
you just gotta roll 18s.
Yeah. But they get 2 claws and a bite and a gore.
Okay.
It's a lot of attacks.
And it's you pulling.
But they
it's
have pounce?
versus
They don't have
it's your
pounce.
armor class, but it's the you're rolling. As
What kind of weapon you have?
Warhammer.
What kind of weapon, though?
Cold Iron, Warhammer +1.
Oh, damn it. Because they have DR magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'm level
you-
6, bro.
My stuff ain't gonna work.
right, he can't get through.
Yeah.
All right, well, with preternatural speed.
Yeah, I did not take a magic weapon because I assumed that you guys would have built good characters for this.
No.
The gargoyles fly down, screeching as they begin howling down with their claws outstretched. However, you guys are filled with preternatural quickness and speed, and you're able to lash out quickly before them. So, what do you guys want to? You guys
Rope
kind
him up, Sam.
You guys kind of have a initial opportunity to act while the creatures fly down.
I want to throw my
Thunder! As I crash in.
All right, make a pull.
Firing over his shoulder.
Now remember, if you make a pull, a single brick, it's partial success.
If I pull 2, it's a crit.
If you pull 2, it is a full unmitigated success.
Oh, that one looks like an easy block. That one's good.
So you can always decide to go for 2 after you do it.
Also, good strategy is to not leave single bricks in the middle
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
for structural support,
Well, you don't want any single bricks.
especially near the bottom.
I have an 8 intelligence.
Oh. Here we go. Oh, that one looks like it's not doing. Oh, yikes.
The other thing is if you take them from the middle, though, you're having the number of bricks you can pull.
Oh, I know. But it's near the base, you need to be as structurally sound as possible.
This is the archetype.
I'm so happy these two actually have done Jenga before.
Oh, man, I am the most incompetent person in general. Not just
Oh, Aaron goes for 2 bricks.
for the crit.
So let's wait to make sure that the tower is complete first.
It'd be so funny if this falls.
All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, well, with great savoir-faire, describe to us how you take out 2 of the gargoyles without being struck anything in return.
Well, that's easy, Derek. I'm hasted, so I get to make 2 attacks, and I have a +10 currently.
This role playing is so good.
To my attack. This is what it's like playing with you. Then I map attack on the other gargoyle, and I kill it.
Wait, did you just shift editions there? Was your character both 3rd
Because
edition?
I went to Mocking Bob, so I shifted.
Got it.
from
You're like,
Pathfinder.
right. So you're like, no, okay. I'm going to full attack with haste, then map attack. Right. Then I raise my shield. Which gives me +2 to my AC. Wait, you already got it. It's already baked in.
And then I minor action heal.
Right. Minor action, inspiring word.
Get for
Healing word.
Yeah, Father Sigmund goes, "The thunder!" and just destroy. Like the hammer just shatters right through the middle of the first gargoyle, and like it just breaks into rock. The second one comes in and takes a swipe, but not only is Father Sigmund slightly faster, which is to say not fast at all because he's wearing heavy armor and has no dexterity, it just like scrapes across his like perfectly like chiseled plate armor on his chest. Father Sigmund then turns and then just smashes with like his backstroke the second gargoyle, shattering both. The second one is destroyed before the pieces of the first one fall onto the ground.
All right.
Seeing this, I think I could do the same thing.
All right. You are hasted, so.
But there's no way I'm able to do it. But I'm going to throw my hammer.
All right.
At one of the ones remaining.
All right. Your non-magical hammer
Yes.
spins end over end.
Tower is so-
A single pull will have no effect.
Ooh. What's a double pull worth?
A double pull will kill one.
Shit. That's pretty brutal.
But that's because your weapon isn't magical. And we've established that we're playing
why
third.
didn't you prepare for this
We
adventure?
established that we're apparently playing third edition. So.
I am just an NPC guard that got relocated to do this mission.
Let's see.
So Smith, I could take a double pull here and get kill one, or a single pull to do nothing. So obviously I wouldn't pull at all.
Right.
Oh, you know what, Bob?
right. But
you're
if you don't,
lucky. I did prepare blessed weapon today, so if they're evil, this should help.
yeah, that makes you auto confirm
Weapon
threats.
strikes true against evil foes. It's not a useful description.
You auto confirm threats against evil foes. That does not gonna help. But if you don't pull, that is considered a failure, which means something bad could happen to you.
Well, we gotta get this game moving. So
You gonna pull twice?
Oh my gosh. Why are you going for the bottom ones? All right. I guess
And we want to make it as unstable as possible so that this game is impossible.
you almost-
You're taking two already.
I
That's
mean, look,
great.
that does seem like it will work.
All right, Bob. So your hammer sails over, which will be useless against the creatures
That
due to
one.
their
The
resistance
first
to magic.
Fourth. Oh, that one's good too.
However, your aim is very true, Bob, and the hammer sails end over end and strikes the gargoyle square in the face.
Mjolnir.
Despite its damage reduction and resistance to non-magical attacks, the force of the blow from the old warrior is enough to crumple the gargoyle, which collapses to the ground in a heap, quite destroyed and
there's
dead.
still one more, Sam.
Well struck.
I mean, they haven't acted yet.
Yeah. The remaining gargoyle descends upon the gunslinger.
Oh, no.
And begins ripping into him, pulling him apart with his stone granite claws. What do you do there, Vin?
I mean, I kind of have to shocking grasp. But
Well, you're being attacked.
yeah.
So what do you want to do?
So I'd like shocking grasp with a spell.
You're right.
Yeah. So,
Are you just not gonna defend yourself?
You're not going to defend yourself?
oh, right. Is that.
Well,
It is
okay.
PvP.
He's too into D&D now.
Yeah. He's coming towards me. I attack him.
I see the Magus frozen in fear because he doesn't realize he has to actively defend himself in this game. And Father Sigmund steps in front the last moment, bringing his shield up to bear.
All right. In that case, you have to make a poll.
Doing a solid for you, man.
Thank you.
Role play.
But remember, 2 if you want the full success.
Oh, Christ. Just take the partial.
I think so
Also,
too.
this tower is looking shaky.
Yeah, it's still plenty solid right now.
All right.
This thing is falling.
The gargoyle.
You're gonna have to zoom that camera out in a little
There's
bit.
like, I didn't think you guys were going to die in the first 15 minutes. It's like, nope.
Yeah, I'll have to have Vin walk the zoom back on that a little bit. All right, so yes, normally obviously very defensive, but then you realize that this
He's just standing there.
he's standing there,
Like, how are you going to fit? What do you like?
you were a mercenary.
and so you literally kind of basically
He's
throw.
acting like it's like he's like we're moving like in turns or something. I don't know what this is.
So you throw yourself in front of the attack, and you grimace as the claws finally find purchase into your flesh.
Which means the only place they could strike is my face.
That's what I was thinking.
Which is shaved, of course. So now I have this wicked gargoyle claw across my
sick.
face. It looks awesome. Yeah.
and you are injured.
Ooh,
So
injured.
remind us what injured is.
All right, Aaron. Yeah, what is
discard blocks?
Discard
So
any
instead of putting
pull-
the block on the top when I pull, I throw it away in the trash can. We can't use Jenga ever again.
right? So basically, it makes it so that the blocks, when they get removed, they aren't added to the top, thus making it, a future pull for you to make. Instead, it's just gone. So as long as you're injured, all right. But there's one gargoyle remaining, and it quickly takes off as you guys just, it just made its attack, and it's preparing to fly away. But Gunslinger,
No, let it fly away.
okay, all right. The gargoyle flutters off into the belfry.
This is a sign we need to make haste, just like earlier. But
He already made haste.
I know. But we need to find this pet. I'm telling you, we need this weapon. It is below the castle.
What weapon? We have Lathander as a weapon.
Wait, so are you guys just not going to react to those statues? Turn a
I
life.
killed mine.
We're in an evil den of
What'd you
evil.
do to yours?
Also, like,
What?
why didn't you try to defend yourself?
I was.
Frozen with fear.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. A statue came to life and
you're
charged you.
immune to fear.
I understand.
I was waiting for my turn to act.
I am granting you a +4 bonus to fear checks, just so you know. Derek, I'm bleeding and injured. I'd like to expend my lay on hands.
I feel like that shouldn't be a pull.
It's not a pull,
but like I can expend it.
but it is gone. It is gone. All right, all right.
Even though my charisma's baller, and I have I have 5 uses of lay on hands
You
today.
just have 5 cards for them.
I'll give you the one. Everybody gets one.
There is
I'll tap it. We'll meet in the middle.
All right.
All right, you can remove your
Father,
injured.
there is a magical sword said to be made of light below the castle.
I have a magic hammer that is light.
I'm going to feel this
Seems
guy
to
ain't just a
also
man.
work. I feel like I might need this weapon.
That's a fair point. You were also worthless in this combat. Yes. Very well then.
I've never been an adventurer level
to the
6
catacombs and arm you with a weapon and with balls. And then we will destroy the Count and his evil creatures.
I love it.
Very well. Follow me. I lead the party to the stairwell that I vaguely remember.
Yes, you do. However, on your way to the stairwell, so you're in this sort of central, entry hall, and across from you is a big set of double doors, very impressive, carved with all sorts of symbols of ravens and coiling, love. Lofts. Yeah, a lot of lofts. Ravens are just hanging out in apartment buildings. It's like, yo. To the left of you is a wide, sweeping staircase that proceeds upwards. And then to the right of you is a shadowed hall that goes further deep. It's into that hall that Sigmund leads you. However, as you proceed down that hall, you hear, or rather, you can hear the sound of glasses and plates being moved around through another set of double doors that are further down the hallway.
Oh, there was a dinner. We were just assholes.
So
Gargoyles are just trying to get us to the dinner.
So you believe you have found the dining hall. However, there's a shadowed alcove to the right. And inside that alcove, Sigmund, you see the small, discreet set of stairs which lead down to the catacomb, or to the first level of the basement, which will then take you down to the catacombs.
Come, these stairs are the discreet way into the basement, I say, not discreetly.
Let's go.
You hear the clatter of plates and stuff like that. They're like, oh, shit, are you? All right.
I follow Sigmund.
All right. Where the hell does this go? Canteen.
This is probably my favorite part, is the fact that he's actually looking at the map.
Right. Yeah. He's bitching at me about playing 3rd edition. He's got the fucking adventure over there. He's literally looking at a map and the key in Dread.
That is actually checks out. All right. Fluttering torches and iron sconces light this stairway, although the light is dim and cold, and a chill wind rushes upward from the encircling shaft.
My beard keeps me warm.
Very well.
All right, this goes down to the dungeon
You're from
hall.
the south, so you probably
On K73.
really hate the cold.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this whole thing.
Yeah.
I was here for a dinner.
All right.
So Strahd.
No, that's pretty good.
I get a feeling you ain't just a normal man or something.
No, he ain't no normal man. I've seen some stuff.
Oh, what have you seen, Bob? I'm sorry. Jordan.
The women.
Jordan.
And the children, too.
You've seen women and children?
I've seen women
Killed them
too.
all.
Yes. They seem to be around wherever humans are.
Not here.
No,
You
he's
notice how quiet it is besides the dining hall? No one is here. No.
Indeed, I do not partake in decadent parties, but even by my standards, this seems lame.
Yes.
Strahd may be an immortal, invincible vampire, but he does not know how to host.
Yeah, how rude.
How rude.
How rude.
All right. Well,
Down the stairs we go.
down the stairs you go. Well, actually, it's spiral staircase.
Down the spiral stairs we go.
I must confess, spiral
Oh, no.
staircases always makes me feel slightly full of anxiety as I wear very heavy armor. And my dexterity is poor, which is why I always walk on the right side, because the steps are a little bit wider.
No.
Yeah, on the right side. If you're going down.
All right.
Depends on what.
Down,
old
down, and down
Do
you
ever
go.
to a staircase in
Not
Disney
modern
Hall?
architecture.
Yeah, but don't they spin to the right? So therefore, the left would be the bigger staircase.
Okay, let's just
It just
keep-
depends on
let's
what way
just
the
keep
stairs are
moving.
spinning.
We have
I can answer this.
Oh, wait,
for you.
third edition. I think architecture is a skill.
I can answer this for you. The stairs curve counterclockwise.
Dang, so he was right.
They curve counterclockwise because I'm looking at the map here.
Yeah, he was
but
you're right.
even I was wrong. This passage is even better than I thought.
Awesome. This is an amazing passage.
This skips the larders and basement level and goes straight to the sub-catacombs.
Oh, glad we had you in this adventure.
This was a sweet, convenient staircase.
Yes, that's actually very accurate.
So I was like, in
right.
case I'm in the injured haunt, I need to go see dead people.
What really happens is he gave you too much for a single success recall knowledge.
Yeah, right. And you were complaining about the recall knowledge. This thing has been...
Recall knowledge is sweet.
This thing
You
would
gave you a
save your
critical
life.
success at
I
a single
know.
pull.
All right. As a dwarf, you know
That's
that
how
you
you
are
bust
at
the
least
collar.
100 feet below the main entrance level.
Oh, man, he's busting all the
Beneath
tropes.
the dungeons and the catacombs, you now find yourselves in the very crypts of Castle Ravenloft.
Did he detect the slope?
The great crypts of Lord Barov and Lady Ravenovia, Strahd von Zarovich, and
You have said that name different every time.
No, just
go see
And
it.
I'm not making fun
Wait,
of
wait,
you
which
because,
name?
Like,
I think it's a different name.
is it
That's a different name.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Not-
yeah,
Okay.
I said Sergei von Zarovich.
Yeah.
Von Zarovich. You
Von
said.
Zarovich.
Yeah. I feel like you've said that like different every time.
Oh, that is
Am I making
entirely
that up?
that is
I don't remember.
it's entirely
It's a hard
possible.
name. I'm not really mocking you. I just think it's funny.
It's a fun name.
Yeah.
Count VZ.
Count VZ. Count VZ. Yep.
Just spooky.
Yeah, come on, Derek. This is a serious game of
Ben
dread
is so
here.
happy he skipped this
Listen,
entire
and I
thing.
just want to I want to just talk to the people here at home real quick. I tried.
This doesn't count against our time, by the way.
Okay, I tried. Oh, it definitely counts. I tried.
We need a chess clock.
Okay. All right, and put 2 minutes on the clock. It's like soccer, you know. We roll it
overtime.
It's overtime. What's our clock?
Soccer means football.
What's our clock stoppage? Yeah, that means football. Yeah. The spiral staircase finally comes to a conclusion in a long arched hallway filled with black, still water. The water's surface is like mirrored glass, disturbed occasionally only by falling condensation from the ceiling above. 2 arched doorways lead off either side of the hall to half-submerged iron doors. A weak cry for help occasionally sounds from the southern door.
I know nothing about these catacombs. I've only heard that the sword was down.
I go to
here.
the southern door, ignoring the dwarf, and I kick it open.
Okay.
Isn't it an iron door?
This is obviously a trap of some
We'll see if
sort.
it's a pull.
You know,
yeah,
some sort of undead has lured me in.
All right, the
but
floor beneath the 2
my
feet
intelligence is
the floor
eight,
beneath
so
the 2 feet of standing water in the hallway is trapped.
Ooh, I'm on camera.
Jesus. As shown in the associated tactical map.
Never again. Never again on camera.
Yeah, never again. All right. Well, Father Sigmund, you stride forward across the hallway.
Yep.
And as you do so, water explodes around you, rising in a geyser and raining down in the otherwise still hall. As the water settles, you begin to worry.
I'm immune to fear.
Actually, sorry. The water begins to explode around you. What do you do? Because there's no saving throw here. So I actually have to ask you what you're doing.
When you say explode, like
That comes out of the
something's coming out.
Yeah, I mean it's
Like
it's,
a
it's
critter?
difficult. You don't see anything. Obviously, it's really quick, so it's like immediately just like there's a huge boom of water around you, but you're not really sure what. So
I mean, I guess I'll stop walking and kind of bring my shield to bear. But I mean, right now it's just water exploding, so I don't know if there's a creature or a jet of water. I'm just
fair enough. All right, no pull. However, as the water settles back down, your companions suddenly notice that you have disappeared.
okay. Oh, I notice.
You notice that you are now in a cell.
Oh no. Do I still have my gear?
Oh yeah.
I'm fine.
As that occurs,
What the hell?
That was not the right door. Let's go to the other door.
Yeah.
as that occurs, suddenly the door to the north opens up, and you see 2 massive skeletal creatures that come forward, and they flick their arms, and you see that they have massively long claws on the end of their bony hands.
Oh man, I would destroy these guys. Good luck.
He took you out of the fight on purpose. He fudged it.
Such a DM dick move.
These large skeletal creatures have burning pinpoints of red light, and their fingers at the end of their hands are at least several feet long, ending in needle-like razor points. The creatures flex them and kind of crack them in the air as they kind of release or unleash a chittering noise.
You sound kind of sweet.
As they kind of scuttle along the edges of the walls as they begin moving down into the water to engage you.
AoE?
Shocking grass, man. No, it's a single target.
It's a single target. But in the water, we're playing narrative games. I know you hate them, Vin, but this is where you can do cool stuff.
We're in the water.
Well, he's not. He got teleported away.
You could tell us to not go in the water.
Well, no, the
The
water's
too
spilled out
powerful.
into
Still had to
the...
remove him from play.
The water is in the catacombs, but that doesn't mean that we are in the catacombs.
I thought we are in the catacombs.
No, when we walk down, but you could tell me to go back up the steps real quick.
Why would we do that?
So you could shock the water.
You don't want to shock the water.
Because
when you're in
remember,
it.
you guys are at the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
He ran ahead.
He ran ahead,
Yeah.
teleported, and then one of the doorways opened up, and these creatures are coming into the hallway. You might be a little bit in the water, but Bob potentially.
Okay,
you
so
may.
I thought we were already in the category.
No.
Okay,
You,
okay.
You've just turned around the corner,
Yeah,
and then you.
Bob was asking me
Yeah.
something. I heard help. I
Yeah,
ran
yeah,
off.
Right, he ran off as soon as he heard the help.
Yeah, cool. So I back up. I got this.
Okay.
I step out of the water and shocking grasp the water.
All right. How much oomph do you want to put into this shocking grass? Do you want to do 1, 2, or 3 pulls?
Oh my goodness.
Get out.
So 1 action, 2 action.
Well,
or
we
3
know what
action?
happens if you knock a
It's a
tower
one
over.
action. Yes, Bob. It's a 1 action, 2 action, or 3 action shocking grass.
I feel like I'm gonna die here. I'm gonna go for the 2.
Okay.
All right, but
All right.
we'll see what happens.
All right. You know what? You can do them one at a time.
I mean, I have to.
Right.
I'm
I'm saying, but you don't have to commit to 3.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Switching to the tower view.
Oh, dude. That was so aggressive as a push.
1.
What happens? Do I get to know what happens?
No. This is,
Suspenseful. That one's moving. There you go. Yeah, that was good.
All right.
That's a crit.
All right. So that was 2.
Well, it's a 2 action.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he let him go to 3 if he wanted.
Yeah, I would let him go to 3 if you wanted to. All right. So you did 2 pulls.
Yeah.
Massive energy courses through your hands as is way cooler than any shocking grass spell that ever existed.
Oh, yeah.
As energy starts to pour over them, and then you throw your hands into the water, and the entire hallway erupts in massive pops of electricity as the energy from the shocking grass immediately fills the entire hallway. This, of course, is where, it's 3rd edition, so I look and it's like, oh, this creature's randomly immune to electricity.
I was thinking that. I was like, I don't think he's immune to bludgeoning, so I'm going to throw my hammer.
He is not immune to electricity.
I think
So-
the PF2 ones are skeletons.
Well, this is a skeleton, it's a bone claw. But the creature in the lead, the energy seems to arc through it the most. It begins popping and stuttering, and then the bones sort of fly apart at their own accord, filling the hallway with shards of debris. The other creature is staggered and kind of falling back and hisses and begins charging down the hallway as fast as it can as you remove your hands.
Oh, at us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my
shoot it.
hammer.
You can throw your hammer again.
Oh.
It worked the first time. It's going to work again.
All right. These
All right.
reactions possible.
All right, Bob, 1 or 2 pulls.
Is this one immune to magic?
It's already damaged.
No, it has DR5/bludgeoning.
Yeah! One pull.
even in 3rd edition, it's the best one.
Careful. Because that single one tripping
I know.
our thing, man.
Father Sigmund fucked you guys.
You did.
All right.
Oh my god.
Don't relax yet.
Vin, go do me a favor. On the top of that camera
You'll get
lens, there's a real that one. There's a real thick ring, and just kind of rotate it one way or the other. There you go.
There you
There you
go.
go. Okay, that's good. That's good. Perfect.
Yep.
All right, there you go. All right. Where were we?
He just
I hit it
threw
with a hammer.
Oh yeah, you hit it. All right, yeah. So Bob, but you only did 1 pull.
That's right. Only the
All
one
right,
pull.
So it was already damaged.
Right.
Yeah.
But the hammer connects, and you did 2 pulls, but
I rolled
not
7
3.
to 9.
He rolled a 7, 8, or 9.
Yeah.
So Bob, the hammer connects, and the creature shatters
Okay.
as you connect. However, Bob, this is starting to drain on you,
Okay.
and you're becoming a little bit frightened. Dare I say, a little
Afraid?
panicked.
Oh, panicked. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You only have 30 seconds to
As
make a
fits.
pull. Okay.
Oh, wait, is it panicked or afraid?
Panicked.
Okay.
Yeah. Panicked is more of just like an immediate, like,
Okay.
yeah, like it's like things are happening really quickly. Afraid is like that more like deep abiding
forensic
dread.
terror.
Look,
yeah,
30
Dread.
Yeah, dread.
30-second pulls fit my playstyle in Jenga
Yeah,
anyway.
I think you're fine. Yeah, you're the best person to get that particular.
Yeah, if I get tagged, I'm just like,
you just
I get hit.
all right, but and also too, you're kind of concerned because you know the way you got down here was with Father Sigmund, and he just teleported away in almost as if magic just happened and just ripped him apart.
Look,
so
we don't have time to search for him. We have to find this sword. So I'm not going south. I'm going to go through the door that the skeletons came through.
I'm sorry, you don't even know where you're going. Where is the sword?
What's your god?
Lathander.
Lathander will guide me.
This is a horror movie. We're splitting the party.
Oh,
I'll go look
also,
for
there's no
Siggy.
torches here. You guys are in the dark.
I have dark vision.
All right,
He
you're
does have
good.
dark vision. I have
have
to use my other hand. So I have to put away my revolver. Use my other hand to take out.
Did you prepare light as a cantrip?
Of course I would have. That makes sense. All right, I cast light on my revolver.
let's make a poll, see if you did that.
Fair. I'm going to die right now. This is perfect.
All right, now Light's about to get its first ever kill.
They're just so broken.
All right.
Nice.
All right. Very nicely done.
Partial hit though. You didn't have light dancing lights.
Yes.
Useless.
It's just dancing lights. I approve.
I got this dancing lights. Everyone's like, what?
So
I'm splitting
you
up.
can see now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going up to Siggy, so I'm going south.
Okay.
Me and Danielson are going through the other door.
Okay.
That's splitting the party.
Split the party.
It's a horror
All right.
movie.
Yeah, it's a
All
horror
that
movie.
matters is the sword.
All right. So Bob, you
And
continue.
Bob just wants to loot. He doesn't even care about killing Strahd. He's gonna
I
get the
need
sword
the
and
sword
then
to
leave.
kill Strahd. It's a sun sword. It makes total sense.
It is a sun sword.
Oh, you should have said that part. See, sun swords, that's like Lathander's thing.
I said we need to get this weapon. Is what's going to kill.
Yeah, but he didn't tell us what it
I
was.
just thought you were an idiot. And can you blame me?
Yeah, exactly. Like, we had no reason to believe
Yeah.
you either.
You're just like, I want to loot shit.
No,
and since you're like that literally in every game, I'm like, okay, Bob's just being Bob. I don't know. He's stealing shit from the
Jordan
count.
would not be that way.
What?
He wants to kill Strahd. He killed my wife.
You don't want to role play, Bob. I'm literally not here.
That's fair.
Yeah, the one time Bob's role playing, it's the person's not here. It's like, Bob, this is
He
inappropriate.
starts talking to himself.
Danielson's here.
All right. So you're heading west
Yes.
and you're heading south.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll get to you in a minute, Bob.
Yes,
as
fine.
you proceed forward with your dark vision. Dancing lights dancing around you. You make your way south.
Well, I'm calling out Siggy.
Right.
Siggy.
You've regained your bearings, Siggy, and as you do so,
Oh, my parents. I thought I lost them.
you find yourself sitting in brackish, smelly water, flooding the chamber, providing only a few feet of air between the surface and the ceiling. So,
Disgusting. A priest never sits. I stand up.
intact. Intact.
Is that true?
It's 3.5. I think it's true.
He's a part of a very specific monastery.
As you kind of get your bearings, you can kind of hear a commotion happening from farther away, and you hear a voice kind of cry out, "Hey, someone else there? Is someone else trapped in here with me? Please help!"
Do I see where the voice is coming from?
It's got oh, you have your light spell, so you can see on the other side of this flooded cell block there is a small young human male who appears to be maybe no more than 18 or 19 years old.
Derek, this actually affects my backstory a little bit. One of my deepest regrets and one of my failures as a priest of Lathander was that I did not murder a small child who was corrupted by evil. So before I even engage with this person, Derek,
He power gamed
I
his
detect
backstory.
evil on him.
Oh, you are a paladin, and it is a 60-foot radius. And by the way, if you want to know about
Is
the
it a
history,
cantrip?
no, it's just an innate
Is that
ability.
well?
It's
I could always be doing it.
Paladins could just always do this. Your sense out at him. You see flashes of savage teeth biting and ripping. You hear the howl of wolves, and then you see the
Karen.
you see in the final scene, you see a moment of your vision. You see the full moon emerging from behind a set of clouds, and then your focus comes back to present.
Smite.
Is this person like in the same cell with me?
No, he's in the cell across the hall from you. And just then, the door, fighting against water, pushes open, and you can see a bunch of fairy dancing lights come zipping in. And they make little sounds as they go through.
I'm like, Siggy?
And you kind of come in to see this waterlogged prison. There's about 8 cells in total, 4 on the left, 4 on the right. And you can see that Siggy is in one, probably up to about halfway up his body. And then there is a young man in the other one on the opposite of it. And he turns to you and he goes, hey, guys, get me out of here. I can't believe I've survived this long. I figured I would drown or if the undead would get me. Please, help me. I'm just like you. I'm from the town.
There is a curse upon you.
A curse? No. I was just exploring around here when suddenly something got me.
You know this. You are complicit in your sin.
What are you talking about?
I trained my revolver on him.
I would have offered you mercy to spare your life, but you have given in to the darkness. The wolf inside of you.
So, you think that you can defeat the great Strahd VZ?
Are these cells open or closed?
Closed.
Oh, so how did he
I
get
want
into
Strahd to
it?
just buy sunglasses. He's like a stot,
Yeah, and but then suddenly the door to this person's cell gets swung open, and the cell doors all swing open as it steps forward, and his skin begins to pop and stretch. You can hear bones distending as his face reshapes itself into a massive maw of a werewolf, and the creature begins kind of stretching out and reaching in. As this occurs, Vin.
Yes.
You begin to feel a strange energy coming from your companion. You can see that he's getting irritated.
Oh,
you can see that there is a red glow beginning to fill in his eyes.
Oh, not again.
He's in heat. This is pretty much how our third issue goes with too, actually. So.
Actually, this is 100% accurate. Like, honestly, if we were playing Castle Ravenloft Adventure, like if I was like,
exactly how
if we had done this when I was Dread and we were just like, we're going to play this D20, this is exactly the same stuff that would happen. Vin.
Yes.
Your animal companion is beginning to become affected by the transformation of this werewolf.
Yep.
Do you wish to make a pull to try to prevent your animal companion from joining him in the combatant savagery that he's about to commit?
Well, would the savagery be directed at us? Or
Yes.
Oh,
I appreciate your candor.
No, the call of the wolf is too strong.
okay. Question about dread.
Yeah.
So what if I try
Yep.
and don't pull? What would happen?
So in this situation, if I'm giving you an option,
Yeah.
if you don't pull,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like giving me the option to do narratively whatever I want,
Yeah.
which would be that I take over your
A lot of times he would give you one of these, but there's
Yeah.
a very specific outcome here that we know
Right.
would happen,
Right,
which is
right.
the dog is going to
Okay.
become evil.
All right.
I'm giving you the option to give me some sort of bullshit explanation, whether magical or like a
Power of love.
power of
No,
friendship
yeah.
and love, to try to control it.
All right. I start humming a song which sounds suspiciously like Amazing Grace.
Oh,
Does it sound suspiciously like, or is it?
It is, but I'm singing it.
Now, this normally would require 2 pulls, but if you sing a little, it'll only be 1.
Well, I'm humming.
All right, well, hum it.
Just imagine like a montage fight while this is playing.
Right, he's sitting here just battling.
We're engaged.
Yeah. Like Father Sigmund is just battling with this werewolf, and they're like struggling. Like you can see, like he's got the warhammer in his mouth, like holding back. And meanwhile, you're just sitting there going,
All of a sudden, he has a guitar.
yeah. A full band joins him somehow.
That's
they
the
come in on
only
the
cantrip
drop.
I prepared. It's just summoning guitars.
Yes, summon instrument. Yes,
Summon instrument is a 3rd edition. All right, Ben, make a pull.
Sing a pool. All right. See if I die.
And by the way, clearly, this would be his brother / dog. Rips him to pieces.
Spoilers.
No, it's my brother.
Spoilers.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
What about that one on the left there? It looks like it's sticking out. Yeah.
He's got it.
All right.
nice.
All right.
All right.
So your all right, the beast. Yes, it's totally a montage. The beast is soothed, and
This is, of course, Donnie's, my brother / dog's favorite song.
of course,
Yeah, and it calms him down.
Well, it also reminds him, right?
Of being
who
human,
being
right.
human,
Yeah.
and who he is.
Of having grace.
And right, exactly.
Yeah.
So he's able to control himself. Meanwhile, you're thrashing about in a flooded chamber with a werewolf. So this werewolf is going to
Music
mess.
just cuts. And it's just like brutality.
So the werewolf is obviously going to mess you up. So I'm going to need you to make a pull to
Just not die.
Just not to die.
Okay.
Because this werewolf is CR9, so this would be legitimate.
This is a threat. Yes.
Ooh, a challenge.
See, what I'm doing is I'm comparing their attack bonus to Aaron's AC to determine how many pulls he has to make.
Don't laugh while leaning on the table.
All right.
Yeah, that one looks like a little free, but man, it's real shaky up there.
Yeah, it's shaky. Try some of the middle to slow it down. If the middle slow it down, might be alright.
I tried all of those middle ones. They were not moving.
Now you can see why being panicked is so bad.
Oh, that closest one.
I get it.
That
Don't
closest
worry.
one seemed to move.
Which one?
No, up. That one.
Guys, this tower's getting bad.
Yep. One of us is gonna die.
Yeah. Next 1 or 2 pulls, someone's dead if I don't die.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, it's got a little pinch at the corner, which means it could be a little shaky on the pull out.
Shut up.
You need to have the the man. Yeah. Hey, this is how we ended up in the situation.
Only one hand.
Oh.
What a cheater! Don't
Only one
fudge.
hand. Imagine if you do this to your left hand.
Yeah,
He has to
I
place
actually
them.
think that's a tough
That's
one.
one. Do you want to go for another one? Nope. Okay.
CR9. It's all right.
You'll
I got heals.
You'll take the thing. All right. So you struggle and come back and but by the time you kind of calm down your brother, you see that there's just bubbles coming up from the water, and Father Sigmund's going shh. 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 And he's got his like warhammer down in the water. Shh. Amazing grace. You're exhausted.
There.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
After fighting the werewolf by your own completely.
I mean, I was a paladin, so like,
Yeah,
I could
you
take a
could take-
CR9
you could
on my
take it,
own,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's still gonna wear me out.
All right, Bob,
Yes.
you move further into the catacombs.
All right.
Dark shapes rise from the still water that fills this high-ceilinged ceiling.
Can I ask one thing?
Chamber. Sorry, high-ceiling chamber.
While he's doing that, when this situation ends, my intent is to ask Donnie to track him.
Sure. But this is kind of happening at the same time
so
while you guys are
like the
struggling
idea
for your
is
life.
We could be on our way to him by the time the scene's over.
Yeah, I think a poll would do that.
No, he's got tracking on his backstory.
Damn it.
I wrote it down.
All right, see, that's the strength of the questionnaire. All right, but Bob, dark shapes rise from the still water that fills this high ceiling chamber. The dark shapes of racks, iron maidens, stocks, and other instruments of pain. A few contain skeletons frozen in silent screams. 2 thrones on a balcony to the north overlook the chamber, and someone sits upon each throne.
When you say someone, like a monster,
I don't know. We're about to find out
it
together.
was like a statue.
So Daniel's son's just following you around.
Yeah, he just kind of like, yeah, what's up, dude?
The figure
Oh,
in the
is
left.
that what he's like?
The figure in the left.
He waxes on, and he waxes off.
The figure in the.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's true.
All right. Yes. Sorry.
Well, he is just your loyal squire. He's just The figure in the left throne, bound and hooded in leather armor, looks at you with disdain and calls out, "Stephania, kill the intruders." The figure in the right throne wears a prodigiously elaborate party gown, though she and her clothing are transparent and fairly luminous.
Nice.
Half of her face is a mess of dripping gore as the spectral woman kind of doesn't really stand up, is more like move through the stone off of the balcony as the horrific creature becomes moving down. Her eyes begin flaring with red light as her sort of billowing blue-white transparent form swarms down upon you.
Oh, so she's like a goth chick.
It sounds like she's a ghost, and none of my stuff's gonna work on her.
I was just thinking he's so.
This feels just like we're playing D&D with Bob.
He has to do like 2 to 3 pulls for this. He's done. Like,
Oh yeah.
That was my.
Do I see any other way out of this chamber
Yes, behind the balcony.
that she just came from?
Yeah. So you'd have to climb up. Also, there's still a person up there too.
Yeah, but he's in a different chamber, right? I thought there was 2 different.
Nope, there's one balcony
Oh,
up
two
looking over the
thrones.
torture chamber.
2 thrones.
2 thrones.
Dang it.
Now, it's 3rd edition, so climbing works a little bit better.
Yeah, but
But you're a dwarf, so your speed sucks.
and I have injured legs.
Oh yeah, so that's probably like what do they call it in Pathfinder? Was it? That wasn't a trait. Flaw. That's probably a flaw. You got surprising like -5 your speed, which normally as a dwarf, even though you're a dwarf, like you don't your armor doesn't wear you down, but you're basically like a gnome, which is worse.
Yeah.
So you got like a 20-foot movement.
As the spectral female figure swarms down upon you, the individual who is wearing the leather armor with the hood stands up very like nonchalantly and walks backward, turns around, walks backwards off, away from you, and you see him or it pass through a sort of red curtain, and it leaves the chamber.
Perfect. Okay, good.
So, but meanwhile, this horrific specter spirit is coming down upon you.
Yes.
And begins wailing out with a horrifying aura. You feel pain and you feel fear gripping into your chest. Bob, you become afraid.
Encounter.
Bob, you become afraid unless you make a pull.
All right. Okay, I'll make a pull.
All right, timer is started.
Oh my gosh.
Oh jeez.
Oh, look at him.
Oh wow,
He didn't give
wow.
any
Well
fucks.
done. Well done.
You know what, Bob?
Get rid of panic.
Lose your panic.
Clearly it was ineffective.
You were calm under
Played a lot of Jenga.
calm on. This is Bob finally has a gaming advantage. He's like, when are we playing D&D? But we're using the rules for Candyland.
I'm in.
I finally get these games now.
Yes. So I assume I'm not frightened.
Correct.
or
No,
the aura.
that doesn't defeat or anything. This is for you to avoid becoming like afraid. So the creature is still swarming down upon you, closing the distance quickly. Her aura washes over you. You stand strong. Danielson behind you kind of cowers and whimpers, but sticks with you.
I turn around to him and I say, our will must live on. And I try to take the fight away from Danielson.
Okay.
And he knows the drill, that the sword is the only thing that matters. So
Okay.
he is going to, hypothetically, not be stupid, and he's going to go up and climb and go up that way. And I will try to take on the she-witch or whatever she is.
It is a specter. And, okay.
I'll bring this whole place down if I have to.
You're a dwarf, so you got good fort save.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say you're gonna bring something down.
Yeah, something. All right, Bob. Well, you are engaging the
Yes.
specter. I like the cut of your jib. So
Yes.
what do you got for me?
I think I'm going to try to...
Hammer.
I don't think this hammer will do anything.
It's not gonna do anything.
What is a CR7? Or Spectre's 11?
I think they're 8.
You know what?
CR7.
Going to do a little...
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm going to do a little bit of some bone mott.
Some bone mott.
Not in this edition.
I'm going to insult her.
You can demoralize
Oh,
her.
okay.
Yeah, I'm basically going to I'm trying to extend to give Danielson as much time as possible because I don't think I'm making it out of here alive.
She's undead, though, so she's probably immune to mental effects.
This could be true.
We're right. Oh, sorry. We're specters.
She's immune to mind affecting effects.
Oh, she is. Yeah.
All right, you try to frighten
doesn't
her.
work.
And it
I've
does,
really played this game way too long. I need to go find a life.
it does nothing, and she descends upon you.
Great.
Her spectral hands move straight through your armor and begin literally sucking out the energy of your life.
She
as
can't kill me, though.
Ooh,
As
negative
she
energy
begins
levels.
energy draining you like crazy. All right, so Bob, you are going to become injured and exhausted unless you pull once for each.
Just take him.
Let's see. Injured is discard any pull blocks, and exhaust says you can't pull an extra block. Now I can take both those.
Okay.
Both those.
All right. Well, you let the specter consume you and destroy you.
I mean, I can't die, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No, if you fill out all your conditions, you die.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that is a good.
But you couldn't die in that particular.
No,
moment.
you cannot die in that moment.
Okay,
But if you
Because
do,
you're 6 levels, she only took 2 levels.
Right.
So you have 4 left.
That's why I gave
I
it
will
to
do
you.
the.
There you go.
I'll try to not do the injured one.
All right. So make a pull.
Okay.
You're not panicked
Sheer
anymore.
bravado.
Yeah, you got time.
So you got time.
Yeah, there's no options. Though.
Oh.
I think
Oh
there's a
shit!
couple, but
Oh
not
shit!
I'm beginning to think too that the madness would be pretty horrible if you
many.
could only
Heck
use your
yeah. Left
offhand.
hand?
Very nice.
All right, Bob. Bob's got Savile Fart. Granted, this is not helping him at
All
all.
this is just defensive.
All of this
Yes,
is just
yes,
defensive. It's
yes.
just you trying not to die, and you're
Yes.
still kind of technically
Which is
failing at that a
appropriate
little
for
bit.
Spectre. So.
All right.
Yeah,
So, but
this
Bob
thing's-
holds his own long enough
Yeah.
that,
Oh.
with the aid of Donnie the
Oh,
dog,
good. I forgot you guys were coming.
you and Sigmund come charging in behind.
Ah, what took you so long?
The thunder!
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, except when you say it, nothing happens. When he says it, waves of radiance begin washing over the group.
Literally, I channel positive energy.
Right, and with your aura of courage, the hopelessness aura it counteracts, so they're not. It's kind of evenly matched, you know,
Right,
like,
right.
and so nobody feels particularly good, but nobody feels horrible and hopeless
Yeah,
either.
it's like they're in Cleveland.
Right. So you guys arrive on the scene with great savoir faire, and you can see that Sir Jordan is badly fighting off of a specter, but doing the best that he can as an old warrior can. But you do kind of feel bad for him because it's like he's clearly like a medieval warrior.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't know anything about
He's
magic
not,
or
like,
creatures.
fancy.
Right.
Like,
So
what is this?
he's fighting a specter, and he's like, "What the shit is this?"
You should be fighting peasants.
That's what I used to do.
So what do you guys do as you enter?
I'm just like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, I definitely channel positive
Yeah,
energy.
yeah, he's
Okay.
gonna.
Yeah.
All right, you'll raise up your holy symbol.
The power of the sun literally blinds us in the chamber. Positive energy flows over us, so you're healed, and that's bad for the specter because positive energy hurts them.
Not only that, because you are a worshiper of Lathander, and specters have sunlight powerlessness, I'm going to say a single pull will destroy this creature.
Well, in that case, I guess I will pull. I was not going to.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, I'll test the blocks. I may hold back.
But then it's a
hopeless.
failure.
Was it a failure for me to destroy it?
What do you? No, oh, sorry. The pull is to destroy it.
Right.
If you don't, it's damaged, it's hurt,
Yeah,
obviously like that, but it's
yeah.
not completely destroyed.
Yeah,
Someone else will have to make a pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want someone else to die. All right. I like Father Sigmund. He's kind of cool.
I actually also like.
I
Positive.
spent time
I'm
making this
kind of
character.
hoping.
Basically, it's just how long can we play?
Exactly.
I forgot about you guys.
Yeah, you have to do something near the top. Yeah, that one's pretty good.
No.
No? It moved. No. No. Below that's not center.
The chat does not have faith in you.
I have faith.
I have limited faith. Aaron's like, it might have to just be somebody else.
Oh, that looks.
Oh, this one will move.
But he has to actually place it.
Yeah.
Oh, unless you've got the thing that makes you not have to place it.
No, he's got exhausted, which is just he can't pull an extra block.
It's funny is I'm pulling my
I did one with my
You gotta swap it up sometime.
character's kind of mellow, so
Yeah, right. Probably picked up band by dexterity.
I'll switch you.
Oh, you serious?
Oh, it just comes in, just like takes it out.
Oh,
No, you got this. You got this.
that's a weeble wobble.
It's not that bad.
You only live once. Father Sigmund.
Beowulf says longest prayer ever.
It's one hell of a channel energy.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna kill a specter.
And heal. And heal.
What was it? Horizon? Just keeps lasting. Just push it all the way out through.
Yeah, just push. Don't pull.
Oh,
Just push. Just
spin
push.
it. Yeah, push through.
spin it, yeah. I hate Jenga already. I already hate this game. Jenga's terrifying.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Gosh. All right. Yes. Exhausted.
Yeah, exhausted.
Exhausted isn't that
You
one.
cannot pull an extra block.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah,
you do have to put it back. Yeah,
Because I feel like injury is not bad at this time.
I kind of want to be injured.
Yeah.
so you don't have to put it back on top.
Yeah.
And to be fair, putting it back on top is pretty minor. All right. Yeah, I mean,
You're fine.
Again, you're just going to make it difficult for somebody else.
Yeah, like it's gonna fall. Like you don't worry about it too much.
Yeah, I wouldn't. All right, there you go. All right,
Excellent.
the cleric, the cleric of Lathander enters and raises up the great holy symbol of Lathander, a blinding illumination of powerful light. You feel the very warmth of the sun on you, and as it does so, the exhaustion in both of you is wiped away as the specter. Her face, a mask of rage and fury. She is disintegrated like an old school Final Fantasy boss as like the power of the light as she begins pulsating and pulling away as the power of the light for the first time in probably centuries. This level of illumination pushes back the shadows of Castle Ravenloft.
Turns out they really needed dust in this room.
Yeah. All right.
This way. Danielson is leading the way.
What?
All right, Bob, make a pull to make that Danielson isn't just dead.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes.
Which is great if you fail.
It's
He's dead.
Danielson's dead.
That'd be so
So
good.
you should just knock it over.
Oh my! Look
Holy
at him.
shit.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Danielson is not only alive, but as you
He's got the sword.
He
actually
fights better than me.
Hey, look what I got.
as you enter into the to the chamber beyond through the cloaked the draped entryway, you can see that your young squire is holding off a horrific man who is wearing a leather armor made of, you realize, human skins.
Different than the other guy that was here.
That was the guy who left.
Oh, it's the same guy.
So it's the same guy.
Yeah.
And they are kind of, fighting back and forth, and the guy has like a dagger and
Just like I taught you.
Impressive. Your squire is not yet dead.
right? But he's obviously slowly being outmatched, but this guy does not seem to be much of a combatant.
The squire has a heron mark sword.
So again, the combatant does not seem to be much of a fighter. So what do you guys do?
Can you do what you did earlier?
The old man.
The
guy wearing flesh.
the guy wearing the leather armor made of people. Yeah.
Well, I feel like he'd be doing something more than us.
Oh, yeah, because he's also good at this. So
Yeah.
let's see what spells I
Playing in
have.
hard mode. I don't know. My guy doesn't do anything. Not until I get the sun sword.
True.
I put my hand on the dwarf's back. I will help your squire become a man. Guidance.
You're out.
I give him a +1.
He goes, go get him, kid. All right, Bob. You know what? 2 pulls and Danielson kills this guy.
2 pulls.
Two
and
pulls.
he-
There you go.
Whew.
And 1 pulls nothing. And what's no pulls?
No pulls is the guy gets him.
I just pulled to survive.
Yeah, while you guys were fighting in
The
here, and you
ship
sent him on.
lands.
I mean, unless you want to go in and fight this creature, then still making a pull, but it's for you, not your squire. Right now, you guys are basically standing in the doorway watching this young boy fight.
I gave him a bonus.
Aaron did give him a bonus.
All right, I guess I'll go for the 2 pulls.
Oh, all right.
I mean, one at a time and see what happens.
Well, normally you wouldn't
doesn't
even be
seem
able to
too
do that, but now you're no longer exhausted because of the light of Lathander. All right, so Sir Jordan brandishes his warhammer and begins moving into combat against this vile creature.
Look at this guy.
All right.
Look at
And
this
as he
guy.
does so, he displays incredible skill as he makes his way
Well,
in,
let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
parrying and blocking. The 2 work together effortlessly as if they were one, and in no short order,
Wow.
Oh.
they have defeated.
Whew.
I've never seen Bob good at a game. Before.
Yeah,
This is really
this is
cool.
wild.
They have defeated.
Simeon, Yeti, and Spaghetti.
They have defeated the guardian of the Sun Sword.
Oh, yes!
Father
Let's go.
Sigmund
Let's go.
unmockingly claps.
Yeah. Yeah. Sam joins in.
All right, so note on your sheet that Danielson is now a man.
is true.
We had established that this is the case.
Yep.
And Bob, as you realize as this creature collapses, that they were
some sort of
no. It's trapped and bound here, locked, kind of pressed into the wall with a massive iron grate around it, and you can it's not even trying to be subtle, like a glowing field of death that is like surrounding it.
The Sun Sword.
Yeah.
All right.
But even then, with this field of utter evil around it, this bubble of evil, the light of the Sun Sword, its pale blue crystal blade shining true, the symbol of Lathander still visible, even through this impenetrable field of darkness. It's still, kind of calling to you and beckoning to you.
Would you do anything at this point?
It was only.
I don't have to spell magic.
Well, I feel like I would.
Okay.
But I don't care. Like, I always want to get out of here. Like, what the heck is this sword?
I mean, it's a powerful magical sword that will one-shot a vampire.
Something
I didn't even know
to
he's a
reach in and
vampire.
grab it.
That's a good point.
You're just going to reach in and grab it?
Well, I was wondering what it would cost me.
3 conditions or 3 pulls.
Whoa.
3 conditions or 3 pulls.
Take the conditions.
Yeah, I think I'm
We
gonna
need to
take the
reset
conditions.
this tower, so I think you need to throw Daniel's son into the field of energy.
I reach in with my offhand. I'm going Jamie Lannister on this.
He doesn't know magic, and we're not doing it.
All right, Bob, you become injured,
Derek, we're out of
Sure.
spells.
madness,
Yes, that makes sense.
and exhausted.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Well,
Sun Sword.
like a true dwarf, he goes, I don't have any magic. He just goes, "Ah!"
He's like, hands like burning off.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh, yeah.
My hand's gone.
Even Father Sigmund's like,
Oh, yeah, that's a good call. You
Yeah.
lose the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hand is destroyed as you pull it out and you like, you can switch it to their hand
need that
as the
anymore.
other hand withers away into nothingness.
All that matters is the Sun Sword.
And you then realize it's a great sword. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Because I actually know what that actually means. So I'm like, yeah.
Daniel's son's like, sweet. All right. GM Scott says, now all you need is the hand of Vecna.
perfect. It's probably here.
It's probably, make a pull, Bob. Okay, well, it is 9:10.
I know.
So you guys
Gotta
got
find
50
Strahd.
minutes. So you now have the Sun Sword, and the Sun Sword is basically just badass, complete hosing of undead, complete, and really good against creatures specifically that are weak to sunlight. So
like vampires.
like vampires or
Excellent.
specters.
Yeah.
So you do now possess the Sun Sword. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean, I don't know anything about castles or vampires, but we could probably take the stairs all the way back up to the top.
Yeah, because you know the way around the castle.
Actually, I might know where Strahd
would
is.
Strahd be?
Where would
I've only
Strahd
seen him
be?
on the battlefield.
That you would not know.
I don't know.
However, that being said, he did invite you to dinner.
But we looked
And
around.
you
Go
for
to
dinner.
the dinner.
Well, you never
go
went to
find
the
the dinner.
you never went to the dining hall.
Yeah.
And you
We
found
didn't
it.
know where it was.
No, you found it. Remember,
No,
you
we
heard
heard
the
the
clanking of plates and
Well,
things.
technically
Oh,
it's
is that what
kitchen.
that was supposed to be?
Yes.
I thought it was just like a mess.
Well, we know where that is. We can go back to that.
All right.
All right, we start back through the crypt and up the
Okay.
steps and across the hall is technically the.
It's just like, what the fuck? It was a legitimate dinner. You went and killed my servants and looted my sweet sword. You guys are assholes.
He's like
Worst
"Filet
dinner
mignon."
guest
I
ever.
invited heroes here to learn, like, how can I do more good for the people of Barovia, Texas,
Barovia.
Barovia,
Barovia, comma,
Austin, Texas. Yeah, it's all in Texas.
the whole thing.
The whole thing takes place in Texas. It's
I'm
like
the
in the
only
middle
local.
part where like no one lives, you know.
Yeah.
The place is interesting because it reminds me a lot of, which I'm sure is off of Count Dracula, but it's like, which is Doctor Doom's kind of based off of. He's like Latveria, I think it is, which is really.
Oh,
funny.
absolutely. That's based. Yeah,
it's
that's
sort of the
definitely-
same.
Yeah, it's like
idea.
Transylvania, Romania.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you make your way back up to the main level.
So I just want to
of-
make sure we're gonna go fight Strahd with a busted ass tower. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right.
We have 50
Excellent.
minutes.
Carry on.
Till Strahd succeeds.
There's like the worst possible situation in Dread's about to occur. The tower's going to fall at the end, but only for like one dude.
Yeah.
And then it's going to be full up. It's gonna be like smite evil.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys quickly make your way up as the hour of midnight is approaching, and Irina Koyana's transformation into a horrible. Now you know that Strahd is a master of undeath.
Oh, so these guys are telling me as we go up the tower.
Yeah,
No,
well,
no, we fought a lot of undead.
You
here.
fought a bunch
I mean,
of undead.
sure.
yeah.
Putting 2 and 2 together.
They're putting 2 and 2 together.
Okay.
To be fair, I didn't figure it out.
And
You're
while
in 8. Yes.
and while the legends,
I didn't believe in vampires.
and while you may not exactly
From Texas.
right, he's just a Texan. So the The hour approaches, and Irina's fate is almost sealed, as is potentially all of Barovia. And so you find yourself back up on the main level, and again, the double doors in front of you in the archway, and you can see light spilling from underneath the door, and you can hear the sound of dinnerware being moved around, although it is now lessened. Because,
What the hell else did he invite? I guess people in town.
Yep.
Let's go in and get some dessert.
All right. Wind whistles through this vast room, and crystals sing in the darkness as the great chandeliers swing, dancing and sparkling the light that you've brought into the room. Motes of light dance upon glasses and china on a great dining table set out before you. And at one end of the table sits a gentleman in fine clothing of a nobleman. And as you enter, his chair spins around, and you see his gaunt white face, his ancient eagle-like features, his aristocratic bearing, his prominent cheekbones, and the hints of two fangs beneath his curled lips. His piercing eyes.
Strahd is a larper.
His piercing eyes take you in. Two burning coals. The only thing that seems full of life in this otherwise lifeless man. Welcome to Castle Ravenloft.
Strahd!
He stands up and he goes, "In the flesh, I am Count Strahd von Zarovich."
Does he notice that he's like walking around with a sun sword?
It's a great question. Bob, does he know that you're walking around with a sun sword?
Oh yeah, I'm BDing
he's
it.
like, I will, Strahd,
He
I'll
probably saw
have
the
your
light
head.
coming up the stairs. Was like, what the hell's that?
Fair enough.
BD.
I see that our dinner may have to wait. It appears that you have acquitted yourself well, Sir Jordan. You have betrayed me for the last time. For the first time.
This all checks out. Yes.
Dread, a game of horror.
However, while you may wield the sun sword, I beg you consider this. And he turns, and you kind of, for the first time, take in and see the guests. To the left of him is sitting the beautiful Irina Kolyana.
Which they both know.
They both know from town.
Right.
And, he knows from town. He's just an adventurer. He was hired
correct.
by her
To get
father
her.
to get her.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We
You
used
know
to
the-
date.
You know the description of
Right. So he knows, and they used to, before he became a priest and a zealot, he used to have like a thing for her.
Yeah, let me see. What did I put down?
Let's see what he put down here. What was the question, Aaron?
Let me see. You grew up with Irina Koylena, the burgomaster's daughter. Now that you have returned, have your feelings for her changed or remained the same? In the weakness of youth, my flesh was tempted by her presence, but now only the fire of Lathander sustains me. I actually don't even really know, so she's there.
Okay. But she is full Kate Beckinsale,
Nice.
Oh, they're
Nice.
promised and
Nice.
delivered.
Nice.
and including like the bodice,
Yeah.
But you can tell that she is in a trance.
Yeah.
Right? She's like eating absentmindedly. She barely sort of acknowledges your existence.
But
Right.
as far as we can tell, human.
Human still, because he is Strahd is trying to woo her and convert her, and he has begun the process of vampirification to her. But he doesn't want to just simply kill her, so it's like taking a while.
Yeah.
However, as he motions to Irina, he says, "But I have many such guests." And then you see a servant coming in from the back.
My wife, isn't it?
It is your wife, Bob.
Oh, snap.
Every time I play them, he brings somebody that like I thought was dead. And every time.
And you can see
Rebecca.
You can see the gaunt face of your wife, but her features are still undeniably recognizable.
Oh, wow.
She moves with a kind of awkward, crooked grace, and you can see that, like the Count, she too now bears the mark of vampirism, but as a mere servant, a spawn controlled, a thrall of the mighty Strahd. Would you be so quick to destroy us vampires, Sir Jordan? Or is it time to lay down your blade and kneel at my feet and kiss the signet of my office and pledge your loyalty to me, not for a lifetime, but for 1,000 lifetimes, that you and your wife may live forever in perfect youth, strength, and power, to have all that you ever desired. Is this not what your heart wants?
What have you done to her, you vile leech?
I saved her.
That's nice.
I saved her from a certain cruel death.
So
You're the one that put her in that precarious situation in the first place.
while they're talking, can Donnie sneak closer to the girl?
Irina?
Yeah. He's got,
Yeah, pull.
he's got stealth.
Agreed. Which
Yeah.
is why you don't need 2 pulls.
Ooh, so it's one pull.
Yes.
Well, like his vampires got perception.
I'm not going to go, but that's the thing, right?
The vampires have,
Yeah.
let me check.
Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah,
Let me check.
yeah,
Let me
yeah,
check.
the big bad,
Yeah.
We're in the boss fight
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not getting free shit here.
Yeah. I haven't told him to do it. I was just wondering.
Okay. But you're definitely like, you see her and all you see is like dollar signs, right? Like
Both of us.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's like, I don't want to be a fucking dog anymore.
Exactly. 1,000%.
As if like on cue, suddenly a voice speaks out. Undeniable. It almost stuns you, Bob. Please, dear husband, consider what you're doing. Count Strahd has been a good and noble lord. He only wishes that we be together again. Think of it, husband. You and I, as we once were, forever. Is that not what your vow was?
It was.
Do you now renounce it?
I will never renounce it.
Strahd kind of like shakes his head and kind of raises up his hands. Good. I am glad to see that we have come to an understanding then. Lay down the blade.
Wouldn't it be easier if I just kill you instead and then take my wife back?
Oh, that would be the case if it wasn't for the fact that I, as the sire of your wife, that all of those who share in my cursed blood will fall with me. You would be dooming her.
What do you think, Danielson?
Gee, Dad.
He's a man now.
He is a man.
Gee, Dad.
They grow up so fast.
You taught me that weakness isn't to be tolerated and that victory was the only thing that mattered.
Yes! These attachments, distractions. Your flesh weakens you.
But
Danielson is my family now.
Whoa.
I'll bring
I
you
love
down
him.
and all your kids.
It was always suspicious.
There's always a rumor.
Yeah, you really are a Texan.
I will bring you down and all of your kin.
How many vampires are in this room?
Oh, with my right hand.
dozens.
We're about to have a montage.
actual dozens. As if he turns like all you kind of didn't know that they're there, but all of a sudden like all the servants turn and everybody's like, and you realize, oh shit, these are all actual vampires. Spawned, not like the thing.
Sure.
And through it all, Irina still stands kind of glassy-eyed and unmoving. And Strahd kind of turns to her and looks back, and she kind of turns and suddenly notices and kind of blinks her eyes a couple of times, and she looks around. Who? What is going on? Siggy?
Everyone knows your nickname.
Sig, what are you doing here?
I will grant you Lathander's mercy.
Lathander's mercy? What are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you about to blow the whole room?
Father Sig brings forth the hammer, and like before, but much, much larger. He channels forth positive energy, flooding the entire chamber. But this channel is not merely just the power of light. It is also the power of fire!
I feel like I know what's going to happen.
And even creatures who are not quite vampires, but possibly might be vampires, begin burning as the power and holy might of Lathander descends in fire upon the room.
Even us?
Nah, you're fine. You're fine.
Oh, okay.
All right. As Irina makes her passionate plea, she turns towards you. Strahd, his eyes glimmer in menace, and then the holy symbol goes up, and he looks at you with pure, piercing eyes of rage as the wave of energy rolls over. Now, it's sufficient to say that with a single pull, all the vampire spawn in this room will be wiped out by such an action. However, Strahd not only is a vampire of immense and terrible power, but this is 3rd edition, and he has turn resistance. So he will not be affected by the turn unless you pull 3 times.
3 times?
3 times.
All right.
I feel like I know what's going to happen.
I will pull 3 times.
Very well.
Very well.
I feel like I know exactly what's going to happen.
3 pulls. Now remember, you could do them one at a time.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. One of us is gonna do it. One of us is gonna do it.
I was wondering why we sent me that clip earlier.
All right.
I knew it.
Mr. Smith has knocked over the tower at the final moment, which means you are successful.
Yeah.
But you die.
Yeah.
Do I die or does my companion die?
Ooh.
I like it.
All right.
No, it's
Start dish like I'm in
yeah,
max.
because it's number 5. Can we let the dice decide?
You know what, Smith? That's up to you. Do you want to let the dice decide?
I'm 5 killing her.
Oh, okay.
Listen, she's been corrupted with vampire blood. Like, I was going to kill her anyway. I would just been, like, more merciful about it.
Got it.
But now I'll just consume her in holy fire.
All right.
Which
well,
is a righteous way to die.
Yeah, sure.
All right, well,
It's great for witches.
It's all my money
Sigmund
going away.
Sigmund,
tell me that.
Sigmund lays down a massive bout of flame, and waves of light and fire throw through this room. You hear, once again, for the second time, your wife's dying screams. But it's somehow worse this time.
I thought you guys are like super pissed at me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, that was easy.
Yeah.
Right. So
Now can I fight him?
Wait. So he kills your wife.
Yeah.
And he gets rid of your payday.
Hey,
Because she gets eradicated. And as the massive wave of light and fire destroy all the undead in this room, when the blinding radiance is left, even the table's pretty much destroyed. Smoldering a little bit, but standing now.
Good one. Oh,
Strahd.
table wasn't small.
Strahd
Oh, shit.
brushes off the dust of Bob's now dead wife off of his body.
He's so vicious. Sir Jordan, not Bob.
Sorry, Sir Jordan. And he turns to you and he goes,
Gonna need more than that.
and with a frenzied leap and inhuman cry, he leaps into the air, arms and teeth extended as his massive fangs emerge, and he begins shifting into a horrific hybrid bat form as he like a werebat as he comes screaming and flying through the air at you. We do have to rebuild the tower. So, Bob, if you want to set us up on the tower here real quick, now, because we are in the end game, however, there is a extra thing. This is actually a dread rule. After we build the tower, we're going to go around the table twice. Each of you has to pull a block.
Oh, shit. Does that count as like dying?
Yes. So after the tower is built, we're going to go around the table twice, and you each have to pull once, or you die. And so it basically preloads the tower for disaster.
Yeah.
So you may want to. There is this.
Is the straightener in there?
There you go.
Yeah, they don't have them.
All right. So this is your tower. I'll let you set it up as best as you want. Bob's the architect, so. All right, and you guys have.
This is not.
From this angle, it's bad.
This is not a great build, Bob.
Yeah, it's different. Couple different angles.
All right, you guys got 20. You guys got 20 minutes.
Top's bad. Like super bad. Like put the thing back in.
Time is ticking.
Come on, Bob.
No, we got 25, like 35 minutes.
25.
Yeah.
Oh no, 27. Because
Yeah,
I gave you that 2 minutes of
Okay,
stoppage time.
All right, sweet.
All right.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we'll start with Smith. Pull one.
Any conditions apply?
No. This is a free pull.
Okay. I was like, oh boy, we get in trouble. I'm like, I got a lot of conditions.
Why do you keep going to the bottom first? It freaks me out.
Then Bob, then Vin, then Smith, then Bob, then Vin. Sorry, Vin, you drew the short straw.
That's fair. Nice.
Strahd, like a creature of ancient myth, moves with uncanny speed, and the ferociousness of his assault startles even the most stalwart warrior amongst you, except for Danielson, who's a man now, and Smith, because he's immune to fear. All right, Smith, part 2. And Irina Kolyana is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Smith's backup character is destroyed. It's ironic that he did it. All right. You got it. All right, there we go. Bob, and then Vin, and then we'll start the final. Yeah, please note if I'm dying and I need emergency surgery, not Smith.
I'm just as bad.
Well, I got you, Derek.
Bob. Oh, damn it, my options are so bad.
I paint minis at 25 mils.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'm good.
It's the mini painting. That's true.
It steadied my hand over the last year.
All right,
That thing is tipping all over the place.
So Strahd is jumping and descending in amongst you and is going to rip you all to pieces. Going apparently for the gunslinger first. All right, so what do you guys do? All right, so Strahd is amongst you.
Sun sword is out.
Ooh, all right.
Come and get it.
Yeah, he's coming and getting it.
Good. I am going to try to so he's in the air.
Yeah, he's kind of like turning into this were-bat creature.
I'm doing the superhero movie thing where I'm going to run at him, slide under him, slicing at his belly.
Got it. He runs up your sword.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
The perfect counter.
I can't do anything about it.
It's too good.
It's too good.
All right, Bob. So as he flies at you, the sun sword guides your aim and guides you to true. But you are mad, injured, and exhausted.
Well, and if 2 is this automatic success, I can only pull one block.
I did do positive energy.
Right.
And he succeeded.
And it was a super one.
Yeah.
Well, no. That's for like how many pulls would be needed to destroy him. I mean, he took some damage. I'm saying for him.
No, but it's still healing.
It's healing.
Oh, yeah, but you specifically said it was full of fire and it didn't affect those people because they were behind you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to do one pull.
Yeah.
If you're cold, you're good though. Like you're comfortable now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, so you can do one.
You're feeling good.
All right, so Bob, you have one pull. The block gets destroyed, and you can only use your left hand. And it gets killed. There you go. Perfect. All right, but because you have the sun sword,
yes,
it is effective. Even partial successes are successful. However, it is still Strahd von Zarovich.
And he's right above me.
Yes. And so he turns to you as you kind of hack into him, and it's like he sees, it's like he his reflexes are so powerful that as you kind of slice into his belly, he dissipates into mist, and then kind of as mist swirls around you, reconstitutes into vampire form, already grappling you on your neck, and is like preparing to rip out the Sir Jordan's neck. All right, what are you guys doing?
Well, Father, forgot my name again.
Sigmund
was not far behind him in his charge.
I agree.
And so as he comes up, he brings forth his hammer and channels the power of Lathander into it, blessing it against evil. Bless weapon.
Got it.
Do I need a pull?
Oh, yeah.
It's a level 2 spell.
It's one pull. Level 3 is kind of like where we get to the 2 pull range.
So that one that's sticking out was the one Vin was moving.
Yeah. It does move, but it's tough.
Yeah, he kind of gave up on it.
So what Bless Weapon will do, because in 3rd edition it made crits confirm, it means that if you get a crit, aka a 2 pull, it'll be even more effective. But it won't do anything to 1 pulls, if that makes sense.
Yep. Nice.
All right. As the vampire lord reconstitutes into his humanoid form,
Are you doing
his no, that was just to cast a spell. Okay. The magic of Lathander flows through your warhammer. Not quite as bright as the sun sword, but it still thrums with magical energy as you close in against the vampire lord who is about to rip out his neck.
Right. And as I do so, I've used a lot of my cleric powers. I now turn to my paladin side. And just as a reminder, even though this is 3rd edition, I did use Pathfinder rules to build this character because I honestly didn't want to pull out my 3rd edition books. So I smite evil with Pathfinder rules.
Ooh. If you just watch our Paladin video, you know that those are broken. Smith's really playing the power game because we're playing 3.5, but he's using Pathfinder 1, which is even stronger. Great job, Smith.
I'm a pro.
All right, well, you're going to smite evil on Strahd. You have no effects on you, and you have a blessed weapon, and you're smiting evil. So really, it's just a question of how many pulls do you want to make?
How many do I need to kill him?
3. But if you knock the tower over, it only counts as 2.
You actually make me play the game now?
Yeah. If you want
That's
the
some GM fudge bullshit.
if you want the
That
full
was
win,
some GM fudge.
well, no, knocking over the tower is normally only worth the pull, not the extra effect that you would get.
Okay.
So even in normal dread, that is the case.
He was giving me a solid error because I was also killing my girlfriend.
I was.
And apparently everyone else has main concerns too. So
Right. It was particularly appropriate that you were.
that's fine.
All right.
All right. Oh, fuck it. Here we go.
All right. 3 pulls from Smith.
3 pulls should be pretty good at this level of tension.
Yeah, but it's Smith.
It is Smith.
I'm so bad at this.
You got this.
Here we go.
I believe.
One hand at a time. That was Strahd. All right, that's 1.
Pretty good.
Now we're going for the crit.
All right. All right.
And the mighty and virtuous. Now that is an interesting technique. He pushed it
Yeah,
forward so
yeah.
he could find it.
Yeah,
Then he's
yeah.
pulling it back
That
out.
was all right. That's
So
even
that
works for
he
him.
can see it on his side.
Just careful of your other hand.
Ooh. One hand at a time. 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 All right, she's coming back out. She wants to only go that way. I love the moving back and forth.
You turtle heading it?
The whole tower's like shifting. Yeah.
Right?
Stop.
And then do a second inch.
All right, come on.
I'm on. I think it.
I know, but it's just. All right, that's 2.
We got a crit.
That's a crit. This is for the Smite Evil Holy Breast Weapon Cleric of Paladin of Lathander on Strahd, who's already been hit by the Sun Sword.
This is why you don't
and my
play
wife.
D&D Dread. Like straight up.
I guess
We kill it.
Actually, way more intense than, third edition.
That is true. The actual this is a better D&D than some editions.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that one's moving pretty easily.
Oof. Take it slow. A bit slower.
Gave up on it. Going the other way.
He's doing the Smith technique.
You gotta go with what you got, right?
All right, Strahd, as a moment of fear crashes
His
through his
eyes
eyes.
widen as the,
His
as the light
eyes
keeps
widen.
brightening.
As the unthinkable happens, as the paladin channels the energy.
He was like, I was built for this encounter.
All right. Well,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
with intense savoir-faire,
The whole backstory and character sheet was building to this moment.
the paladin charges in, doing double damage
done,
because
Smith. Well done. That was-
and makes 3 pulls. And with the power of the spell, 4 pulls really, because you
Yeah.
had to bless the weapon.
Yeah, yeah, that's wild.
That was a lot. I'm kind of stressed out over here.
But
I'm sweating.
you're not even wearing a raccoon suit.
We're drinking.
We're drinking.
And it's not hot, it's cold.
And with that,
in here.
the glowing weapon of holy energy sort of coruscates and fills the air, and you smash down into the vampire lord, the power of your smite breaking and channeling through. The ceiling above you explodes as like a beam of daylight comes sailing down.
Then just drops his cock down.
As night becomes dawn, and the vampire lord kind of staggers backwards and begins hissing and spitting at you. You think you've won? As he begins to sort of discorporate into a gaseous mist.
Yes. Finish it, Sword Jordan.
You cannot be defeated. I am Strahd. I am the land. I have power over.
I don't know if I can hit him, but let's just
Cut it
stab
with
the
your
mist.
sword.
Make
a pull.
Okay.
You got this.
Oh, wait. Sorry. You're mad. So you have to
Left hand.
You have to use your left hand, and you can't go for 2. So
That's right.
because you only have to make 1. So you're good.
Oh, look at this. Look at this confidence.
because the Sun Sword, turns out, also functions as a stake.
Perfect. How convenient.
Because
It's like it was made to kill vampires.
It's like it was made to kill vampires. All right.
Oh, sick. Sick.
Strahd is impaled through the heart by the crystalline sun sword, and like a lightning rod for positive energy and flames, almost unbidden by the cleric, energy being streaming off of your holy symbol, and you can even feel energy being drawn from your magical reserves as it channels down into the sun sword, pulsating into Strahd's black heart. He writhes around on the ground, but the sun sword keeps him pinned to the stone cobblestones below as his flesh begins to burn and pop into flames. He goes, "No, I cannot be defeated. And then you twist it, and
Twist
he
the knife.
turns into ash.
Well, you don't see that in Texas.
Wasn't there like a vampire movie that took place in
Yes.
Texas?
I'm pretty sure there was.
But I wasn't there for that.
There's an all my exes live in Texas kind of joke there. I don't know what it is, but
I look over at Danielson and I kind of like give him a pat on the shoulder. I said, "We've done good.
Yes! Lathander is pleased. Well done.
But there's
My
one more
money.
thing we have to do. I
It's
promise."
material wealth you seek. The servants of this place were tied to this foul creature. Loot the castle, if you will. I have no need for its coin.
That's a perfect
I
plan.
promised
What, is the
that I
castle
would
crumbling?
kill the man
No,
that
but-
murdered my wife
You did.
both times. And I point the sun sword
Oh,
at
snap.
Father Sigmund.
oh, Bob's calling you out.
You mean that foul creature?
I start looting corpses.
Strahd's loaded, dude. Strahd has so much gear. He's got Rot 5. He's got like all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, let these do at it. I'm just gonna loot stuff.
All right. He's pointing a sword at you. What do you want him to do?
I mean, I'm not worried because clearly he's like a ranger or something, so like he can't even get through this armor class. He's throwing a hammer. What is that?
No, I have the sun sword.
Yeah, the sun sword,
Yeah,
but
but
it's
he's
like,
not a vampire.
He's a normal person.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing I got.
Yeah, it's like a plus
He
3 sword.
thinks it's like the best weapon in the
Yeah, I
world,
think
though.
I'm-
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great. I love sun swords.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
I kill Bob, I'll take it.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but his character believes it's just, let's just kill.
All right, so
Strahd.
here's how we're
Yes.
going to do this.
Yes.
You guys are going to bid pulls.
Okay.
So Bob is obviously, so you have to say you pull it or you have to raise the bid.
Oh, I can't beat Bob. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not even gonna
Like,
bother.
his character can beat Bob's character, but Smith cannot beat Bob.
All right, I will spot you 2 pulls.
That creature was not your wife. It was a foul vampire that looked like your hot wife. But her soul has moved on. Now,
I can see why he was so attached to her.
do you believe your wife was a good woman?
Yes.
If that is the case, I have soloed werewolves, effectively a vampire, something else. I got so much experience from this adventure that I will probably double level. In which case, for you, I will petition Lathander and cast Raise Dead on your wife. And
Oh.
if she was in fact good, Lathander will grant my request, and your wife will return not as this abomination, but as you remembered her.
Wow. I go down on one
I will
knee.
require a 500 GP gem.
I go down on one knee and I kind of hold the sword up
Oh.
and offer it to you.
That's worth 500 GP, right?
It is a great weapon. Beautiful.
It's
It is.
definitely worth at least 500.
Unfortunately, I took weapon focus in hammer, so I can't use it. I just started.
No,
that is
Very
That's so-
accurate. Very accurate.
You find the legendary Excalibur.
I sell it
Bro,
for
it's
half.
It's not a flail. It's not a
sword?
hammer. It's a sword. That thing sucks. I get rid of it.
Yeah, man, I spent a fee.
Can I melt down Excalibur and
take
and
the
pour
runes?
it into
Yeah,
take the runes and put it into this hammer that I found on the ground?
Well, so I looked to my pockets and I don't have enough, but
We're in a castle for
well,
treasury.
I was going to say, Danielson steps forward. He must have looted something on his way up.
Yeah, he's
And
busy-
he
he's busy
offers
looting with,
you
Yeah.
the 500 GP
Sam
worth
and
of coin.
Donnie.
You definitely could.
Ah, good. I can buy diamond dust with this.
Yes.
All right. Well, Strahd is defeated.
That was sweet, though. Raised Dead is awesome. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to fight
Your
him now or
wife
not.
is dead, but now he's gained enough experience that he can raise dead.
Sounds sweet.
Also pointing out why D&D has no tension or horror.
This sounds like the movie, the D&D movie. where the guy is trying
This is
to get
totally the D&D
It does.
movie.
With
trying
the
to get
traps and the monsters.
Yeah.
He's trying
Yeah.
to get raised dead for his wife.
And,
That's pretty accurate.
and
Yeah.
you got lost out on your massive payday, but you
Yeah.
got a bigger
Bigger
payday.
payday. I
because
have
you get
enough
to
money
loot-
to change Donnie back to human.
That's
Absolutely.
D&D. No stakes and bigger rewards.
All right, and like that, our example of Dread in the Dark and Dragons is complete with 19 minutes to spare. So that was nothing like Dread.
It's actually really fun, though.
It was a lot like D&D.
Yeah.
If you're interested, Beowulf wants to see someone smash the tower. Bob, can you give us a tower smash?
Oh, I mean, I could. Do you want me to?
You know what? You know what? We kind of took on the vampire. Why don't you smash the tower?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You are
Show us how
easy.
Texan does it. Oh, I like the low under, you know?
The undercut. True story. The last time I played this game with Smith, he smashed the tower in a sacrificial moment, but he smashed the tower. It took us like 20 minutes to find all the pieces.
Oh my
Yeah, I was really thinking about that because I wanted to represent Texas.
Yeah.
But no.
All right. Well, the tower now
the down
lays
under.
and shattered and like
That's a good shot.
Like Strahd's legacy, the tower lays shattered and smashed, and the mighty vampire lord comes to an end, and the future of Barovia is for the first time free from the vampiric taint that has haunted it for so many generations, and a new future arises, one full of wealth and love and burning religious zealotry. Burning religious
Now
zealotry.
fuel with more money.
Yes. And so what I was going to say is, if you're interested in playing Dread, you should. It's a fun game.
It's nothing like this.
But it's nothing like this. This was us obviously kind of having a little tongue-in-cheek.
Leave your hate in the comments below. Like and subscribe.
I love Dread. It does have some mechanical issues, but
Like the ending kind of pointed out some of the problems.
remember we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Where like the tower falls, you're like, oh well, now the tower's easy
now we
to
have
pull from.
all
Now
our,
there's no
essentially
detention.
all our ammo. Really.
Yeah, right. You get to freely reload, but someone had to die, which you then wanted to kill, so it didn't matter. But
That's also like D&D. It just kind of all works out.
But it's also, I think, a great example of pointing out why you can play Castle Ravenloft. It's probably a fun adventure, but do not ever fool yourself for 1 minute into thinking that
It's a horror
Ravenloft is a horror game. By definition,
D20 horror.
D20 games cannot be horror games, in my personal opinion. It's just not possible. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I still don't want to play Call of Cthulhu, but Dread was fun. Or Dreadish. Because that was not scary or tense.
Right, neither. Replace that with rolling D100. How would that be any different?
I don't know. I guess maybe it's I thought the atmosphere of Call of Cthulhu was supposed to be more scary.
Well, this is supposed to be scary, and look what happened.
Yeah.
I blame them.
Mostly
I mean,
me.
that's kind of fair.
I think I started the downward trend.
No.
and then-
If you play any game on Friday Night with Smith, that's what happens.
It's my off night.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, yes, you started off with what was intended to be. This was even in my head. I was thinking it was going to be like a Hawkeye Black Widow situation.
Right.
And I was going to try to set up a situation where like she wants to sacrifice herself for you, but then you're like, no, I want to be the one that sacrifices myself.
Well,
I
you didn't realize that Discord asked me to do a text.
I didn't realize. Well, yeah, no, Texan Axis aside, I didn't realize that meant that you wanted that instead of a cool Black Widow, you wanted to be your Donnie as a dog, but polymorphed into a wolf.
No, a human polymorphed into a dog.
Yeah, sorry, human polymorphed into a dog.
Yeah,
Donnie's not actually a dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And as a result, I was not prepared for that. But so you had done that beforehand, but technically independent of that, because you didn't know that and he didn't know that.
Yeah.
Correct.
He showed up with a 3rd edition character.
Yeah,
This just happened.
What
I
this
didn't ask him
means-
to do that.
What this
No one
means,
did. I did this today.
what this means is that Bob was the person who played it the
Yeah, he
Well, and that
role-played the
checks out.
best.
He role played the best. He
Yeah.
actually showed up to play Dread, and he also was really good at Jenga. So
It's true.
Sign me up.
You get
today
the
we
MVP
played
bonus.
the role
Yeah,
of Bob.
yeah.
Right.
This was a Halloween miracle.
Dressed up, was in costume.
And so so that is Dread in the Dark and Dragons, played in Castle Ravenloft.
I actually can see some other people taking this up. Like this actually this is fun.
It was actually
It's just
intense.
not Dread,
Like,
but
it-
it's really
No, it's
fun.
not. It is not Dread. It is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
fun.
could see a beer and pretzels type of group
Yeah.
just want to do this
This is a
exact
great new
scenario.
party
good.
game that we should see at cons, because let me tell you something. If this had been actual D&D, it would have been fun.
Yeah.
But like there would have been zero tension at all
Right.
because I was a cleric paladin.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
obviously there's nothing in this place that could fucking stop us,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that you guys would have actually had characters.
Yeah,
and Magus are super strong.
Yeah, your gunslinging Magus. That would be
Oh, classic
roasting
shock
it.
rifle. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. Derek did like 100 in damage at like level 2 once, right?
Exactly.
With shocking grass.
Yeah, with shock and grass,
Yeah.
right? So like, the fact that we had the Jenga tower meant that like like our characters were balanced,
and they could die.
they could die.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Like otherwise, like what would kill us?
Yeah, nothing.
There's nothing. They're going to have to cheat, right? And we know he's cheating because we're like, listen, this is 3rd edition. We can't
Right.
die.
Yeah.
Right. And it's also, it's again, obviously there's a manual dexterity component to it, but it is interesting that like it, it's like, wow, okay, even a simple thing could potentially spell the doom of my character. So,
It made spells scary.
Super scary to cast. Yeah, because I was like, I want to maximize.
I mean, you even wanted to stealth your dog, and you're like, yeah, you know what? I guess not.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, there was a great one. The Smith went to do something. I was like, "Oh, you're going for 2?" You were like, "Nope."
Yeah,
going for
exactly,
1. You
yeah.
were like,
I'm
"Nope."
just
I'm just gonna take 1. I'll take the partial success. Big thanks to Vin for hanging out with us the last 2 days. I'm glad you got to go and do some sightseeing today and have some fun. And hopefully your trip to America has been a good one.
Yeah, I'm coming back later the year, but maybe to Cleveland, maybe not to Cleveland.
Fair enough.
see.
You keep us
That's fair.
informed.
We do the same thing whenever we leave Cleveland. We go, maybe we'll go back. we'll just stay out.
But again, if you're watching this and you're not a member of our Patreon, then enjoy the VOD. Hopefully you enjoy the VOD. Again, I'm sure there's a million other groups out there on YouTube.
Leave a hateful comment. We love laughing at them on the Discord.
Yes.
And we paste and go, look at this guy. He's so mad.
He's taking Dread so seriously.
Right, exactly.
I assume we'll get some Dread.
No, and to be clear, I like Dread. I've played Dread very seriously.
I requested Dread
many times. You even requested it. The problem is, as soon as I even hinted at this idea I had of this,
D&D
you were
Dread.
immediately like, "Oh, let's do that instead."
that sounded awesome, and it was awesome.
Yeah, so you immediately jumped on this.
This
but-
was an amazing session. I had a great time.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I mean it's one of those instances where you go, man, we did a lot of stuff. We fought like 4 or 5 things.
Yeah.
and
I'm
you're
telling you,
Oh,
sometimes
you can never do this at Pathfinder. too.
No,
yeah,
this would have been a 7-hour session.
Yeah,
that's why some of these PF or PBTA games, I'm like, and you were talking about this in our thing yesterday. It's like the smoothness and the fast pace of the adventure, even in combat, can just make the session feel very nice. We accomplished so much in a session.
Plus, how did that shocking grass feel?
Well,
When you AoE'd.
that was very funny.
Yeah.
But the best part of it was I could shocking graph the water to electrocute. You can't do that in
correct.
many
Pathfinder.
systems.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those, but it's one of those things that's interesting because like when you think about the fight, with the bone claws, or you think about like with Smith and the werewolf while Vin was keeping his brother from turning into a werewolf.
That was my favorite part.
That was one pull.
Yeah.
But like you can imagine that struggle
I'll remember it probably more than I
between the werewolf and the priest,
attack.
and he's kind of like, damn it, this thing isn't undead, like
I'm actually kind of suck at this.
I actually have to win, or like. You go with the specter coming down and ripping into you, and you going go and fighting off, or you're.
I can envision the scene so well in my head.
And the thing is, it's like what it came down to was usually maybe a couple pulls from a couple different people, maybe one big pull or a couple pulls from one person, but it's like how much more. I get it. It's not 15 rounds of combat with one dice, but how much more tension do you need?
I'm good.
I was way more tense than than any. I think any Pathfinder game I've ever played.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had some pretty tense D&D sessions.
Yeah.
But those are those situations where like you're down to 3 hit points. And a single hit is going to kill you.
That's more like because it's like there's like a long settling dread because every turn takes 10 minutes or whatever.
Right.
But here it's like right now you can fall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I am fighting the werewolf right now.
Yeah.
And if I miss.
Right, the combat, the battle
is with the tower.
It's like you're like, I remember that struggle. Oh yeah,
and I had to tap
the werewolf in. I had to tap the werewolf out. I had to tap the werewolf in. And Bob, that is what like other people who are really good at PF2. That's what they feel like when they're playing PF2.
When he was
he just walked in, just destroyed everything.
See, they were playing with barbarians.
Yes,
you were playing with fighter. You were playing with fighter.
Yep, I had a leg up.
Beowulf says dread dice. If you roll in that one, you just die.
Yeah.
And while that is fine, there's an element here which I think is what really sells it. Because even if you're bad at the game, fundamentally it's your fault.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Because you got either you could have said no.
It's really your fault.
You could have said no. But even if you don't say no, it's still
you
your
have to pick
hand.
the block.
Yeah, you're the
you
one.
You gotta not have shaky. Like
there's no one who you can blame except for yourself.
Yeah.
And
you can kind of blame the last person who chose a really awful block to pull.
That is true.
But it's not like there's really amazing options in the first place. Right?
And kind of like Fabula Ultima, you do always have that option which is to go
die.
out like a hero, hero and smash the tower and give your party a full reset.
Yeah.
But you take yourself
Let's
out.
be clear. Like towards the end, I was trying to think of ways to do that. He just beat me to it.
Right, sure,
And
naturally.
I knew he would.
Yeah, sure.
But like, I was going to do it next.
Would you have sacrificed your character or Donnie?
Well, in my head it was Donnie.
Okay.
But that's because that's the only thing that can make sense in the scene.
Fuck you, Donnie.
Normally, I'd kill myself.
Yeah,
Same.
I definitely would not kill myself because it takes so long to make a third edition.
3.5. Yeah, correct. Whereas an animal companion is just like
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the idea
get new one.
I like
Buy
the
new
idea,
Donnie at the start.
I like the idea that Smith spent 4 minutes on his questionnaire and then like an hour building a 3D character.
That's accurate. And then like another 30 minutes like cutting everything out. Because I had all the power cards and everything. Like I was ready to go. Yeah.
I mean, listen. I mean, the thing about it is, and I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but this was one of the late because you guys got 8 extra minutes. They killed Strahd.
we got time.
They killed Strahd with 15 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
This was one of the late versions, late games that came out of 3.5, which means that
It's got 40 tech.
So each encounter gets a 2-page spread, which has a mini tactical map with indication of what the difficult terrain is, the blocking terrain, where the monsters are located. All the monster stats
this
are put
is so
under the
hot.
2-page.
Yeah.
You
There's
literally just need these 2 pages. To
there's
play
a
it.
thing
I really
about
like the formatting.
monsters' tactics. What do they do? How should you use them? And so this one page or this 2-page spread has all the information you need. And then it's like when you flip to the next page, it's another encounter. It's a different encounter. So it's all just in one space. It's not, and also it's in a kind of different section of the book.
Actually, the only thing I would do, and it's not their fault because it's a book, is I would get the PDF of this and split it into 2 spiral-bound books, and then have like my key on one, and then the encounters on the other.
Yes,
Just
that would
have
be
it ready
nice
to go.
because you could have the encounter book, and then you could have like
You got both open at the
the
same
map book or
Yep.
the
100%.
cartography book. Yep, that would be awesome.
Yep.
And spiral bound so you can lay them flat.
100%.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean that. And listen, people should do that. I mean, I like these. Look, and this is where again.
Beowulf. Yeah, 100%. Normally I would kill myself.
After visiting
That's
his
basically like-
I would happily buy, like if, let's say I ever did a mega adventure on Kickstarter, I would sell the nice hardcover book
that goes on
with
the
the
shelf.
design that goes on the shelf that is designed for reading, right? Maybe has some author notes and information,
Like collectible.
little stuff,
100%
but and like my thoughts about like what was I thinking when I designed this encounter? Design notes from the designer, little sidebars and stuff. Then for like $10 extra or something in the Kickstarter, you would also get like 2 spiral bound the workbooks, the things that are designed to be written in and scribbled on and taken to your session and beat up and ripped apart and flown around, thrown in a backpack.
Yeah.
And that way you have one thing that lives on the shelf and another thing with the other thing, no frills, right? Just all business, just all the information you need to be effective at the table behind your screen.
So when KOLC LLC will finally produce like an AP or something.
Well, now that I have been fired from the publishing arm of KOLC LLC,
Could happen.
it could actually
happen.
legitimately happen.
We're going to have to get the product schedule back on track, but now it will happen.
Yeah, that is 100% my fault. It's again, like I said, we're too busy. We're too busy bringing you guys content.
Right.
Like awesome content like this, like a totally actual play of Dread.
Right. Well, I mean, I streamed 4 times last week. And I streamed 3 times this week, so so like it's
Content.
It's a lot of content that we put out, but we
And we're going to be back here Tuesday.
but we will be. But we love talking about the game. We love playing the games. We love hanging out with all of you. So thanks again for everybody for hanging out with us. Bob, thank you so much for people were really doubting that you were going to stay in the thing the whole entire session. There you
Good
go.
commitment,
I think
Bob.
it's a little chilly in here.
Yeah,
Bob
it is
definitely
cold.
MVP.
It is
Well
cold.
done,
Yeah,
Bob.
yeah,
Well
yeah.
done.
Thank you.
Everybody-
Carried.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Smith, for going over the top as always.
My job,
And,
literally.
and bringing the 3rd edition character. That was very joyous. And of course,
That was
Vin, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
really good
Making
trip.
the trip.
Yeah, it
to
was just-
Cleveland.
This was awesome.
Awesome.
Worth it.
Yes. And of course, if you want to see us game more with Vin, you can go ahead and look on our channel. If you kind of dig back into the archives a little bit, we actually have 2 gaming sessions that we did remotely. You were in Australia at the time.
It's like on this level of energy, actually
Yeah.
more chaotic.
Oh, I would say it's
there's some-
probably
Yeah.
Probably more
If you
chaotic.
like
Probably
this,
more
you'll
chaotic.
love those
Yeah.
two.
So go
It
ahead
was
and take.
not monetized by YouTube.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look at our Fistful of Flowers special Halloween episode from last year and our Pop It Christmas Carol, which came out in our December Flowers. Both of those feature, not only do they feature Vin, the Pop at Christmas Carol features Donnie
Yeah.
in human form.
Yeah, yeah,
Ben's dog is there.
That's
Wait,
funny.
there's someone who's the same name as my dog?
Oh, yeah. And
Vincent Flowers IGM, which was another chaotic.
Oh yeah,
mess.
you definitely got to watch
there,
that.
there's so many people who are like, I can't believe they were so disrespectful to Bob.
This is how it is every day.
Yeah, so
That's how I normally am.
Is there another holiday special coming up?
so I have to check
Okay.
because there was a tip goal from the other day, which we couldn't see because we were busy streaming.
Right.
And I think for us to do another holiday special.
Right,
So I don't know if that filled or not, but if so, maybe we'll consider doing one.
you could
Look,
put
those are a lot of fun for us.
Yeah.
It's easy to do,
Yeah.
set up and run.
We're certainly excited to do it if everything works out.
Yeah.
You know, because again, we love playing in person. I don't think I need to tell anybody that playing in person is a very different energy for us, even as a group, than playing remotely and playing online. It's just you feel more connected and you're more there.
You can't play Dread online. Well, you would be shit.
Yeah,
Virtual tabletop.
yeah, you can play with
Exactly.
TTS.
Oh, TTS, you could
get
do it.
out. Get out. Not the same thing.
Yeah, not the same thing. So, any case, but we do enjoy doing our holiday one shots where we get to have guests like Vin, Donnie, Damien, all who've kind of come on in various fits and roles, and Kaz when he was remote came on for our Quest for the Frozen Flame. So again, we love playing games, and we hope to bring you more of them. So, from all of us here at Knights of Last Call, thank you so much, and we will see you next time on Knights of Last Call. Peace out, everybody. Whoop.